Welcome back. It's Macrodosing. We are back. We've got our full slate back in the studio and on Zoom right now. We got Coley. Arian's back. Arian, welcome back. We missed you last week on the 420 podcast. We got Billy. We got Big T. We got Avery on the ones and the twos.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's the word. Yeah.
On the ones and the twos. And we're very excited about today's episode because the group chat got a little out of hand over the course of the weekend with how excited we were for this episode. This is going to be a wide open episode, basically. We're just going to talk dinosaurs. Just dino talk with the boys.
I actually asked PFT yesterday and this morning. I was like, so is there anything else I need to know? Like, are we getting? He's like, dinosaurs.
I want to know the biblical dinosaurs.
So that's what I focused in on.
Okay.
Is some biblical how that ties into dinosaurs. Yeah, I think it's some pretty interesting stuff. But,
I love that.
Does it tie into dinosaurs?
oh, you'll find out.
And I just went around the office just taking a poll of people asking what your favorite dinosaur is, just random people that I'd pass in the hallway. And, dude, people's eyes just light up when they talk about dinosaurs. It takes you back to being, like, 7 years old when it was like dinosaurs and bulldozers were the coolest things on the planet. I could just look at those all day. But everyone flashes back to, like, their like, youthful exuberance mode when they start talking dinos. So I'm pumped.
Bro, Dinosaurs. Does anybody remember that cartoon?
Dinosaurs? No.
Dinosaurs. Okay. Avery, in post edit, please play the intro to Dinosaurs. It's one of my childhood memories. I love that fucking cartoon. Dinosaurs.
Is it about like alien dinosaurs?
I mean, it's been so long I couldn't tell you the premise. I just know there was a lot of color and movement and dinosaurs. That's basically what kid shows about.
It's a Canadian show that was distributed in the U.S. by Coca-Cola Telecommunications.
Oh, yeah, shit. Illuminati written all over
That
it.
sounds.
I didn't know
that sounds
Coke.
sinister as shit.
I didn't know Coke had a TV company.
Is it the Koch brothers? Or
No, Coca-Cola.
No, what about the weird dinosaur costume TV show? Like, it was just called Dinosaur.
Easy with the weird. All right, that show's a classic.
Yeah, a fucking classic. Yeah, that shit was.
And it has the most depressing ending in television history. It stays true to the story of actual dinosaurs. The last episode.
They all die.
K2.
They become
It's,
birds.
oh, it's grim. It's grim.
Oh, I've seen that clip.
The whole family just like huddles together as the asteroid comes towards the planet, and then as the last credits roll, it's just the Ice Age.
Oh man.
Damn. Then the Flintstones just take over from that point on. We'll have to get into Flintstones a little bit too because that whole timeline screwed me up as a kid for a while. I thought that humans and dinosaurs were around together.
Well, they may have.
Fred Flintstone. Yeah, they were. We'll get to that. But like that Brontosaurus rib that Fred Flintstone would get and it would make his car tip over. That shit is a top 5 cartoon like appetizing looking treat to me. It's that. The beer from The Simpsons always looked delicious. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they were able to do that, but those are probably my top 2 cartoon foods that I would want to eat in real life.
Bugs Bunny always made Ninja Turtle pizza for sure. Mm-hmm. Bugs Bunny always made carrots look hella good.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I wanted to fuck carrots up. And spinach, fam. Spinach from Popeye.
Yeah. I actually found Popeye's spinach in the grocery store. It was actually Popeye's brand spinach. It was actually sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's not bad actually.
I like it a lot.
Spinach is one of those things where if you put the right stuff on it, it can taste good. Mm-hmm. But out of the can, I tried eating out of can. Spinach must have paid whatever Coca-Cola paid to get dinosaurs on was the Dinosaurs? Whatever they paid for that show, I'm sure the big spinach industry paid double for Popeyes.
Well, the reason spinach, everyone thinks it makes you strong and whatever, is that there was a typo that said it had more iron than it actually had. So everyone was like, whoa, it's so high in iron. It must be so good for you to make you strong, but it's really not that high in iron.
Are you serious? It was all because of a typo?
Yeah, it was all because of a typo.
That seems a little too convenient.
Spinach still is healthy for you.
Right.
It's not going to turn. It's not like a protein drink.
But kale would be what spinach wants to be.
I got you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Good.
You really just
great job.
Anthropomorphize kale.
Spinach.
Great job though for spinach. What a stroke of luck.
spinach.
That's the kind of shit that you need as an industry if you want to start, sponsoring cartoons and being put on school lunches and shit. So before we get into dinosaurs, which we're very excited to do, little housekeeping. We got merch. The merch is finally live. It's sick. It's the best summer merch that we make as a company. I'm very, very pumped to get it. We're getting some shipped to the office. You can find it on the Barstool store right now. Arian, what's your favorite shirt that we have?
The black one, cold with the macro jump with the alien on the front. That's my jump.
We got tie-dye. We got all sorts of stuff. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. Again, that's on the Barstool store. Also wanted to talk about Billy, because if you maybe listen to part of my take, or if you follow some of us on Twitter, you've seen that Billy is going to be enjoying his summer after he graduates. He's got finals next week, which he's studying very hard for. I think you only drank 3 nights this weekend, so
Right.
You're focused?
Yes. No, but what happened was I finished my regular coursework, and then there's like a small break, and kind of went a little, didn't do as many of my responsibilities as I was supposed to, made a couple mistakes, and basically was kind of like, I got to kind of figure my shit out before I come back here full time and give this 100% full send, because before I was sort of just like being like, I'm half in, half out. It's not what I should be doing. So I just got to give myself some time to get my shit right so I can come back and put 120% in.
You want to have fun. You want to enjoy your. It's okay to say that. You want to. You want to enjoy your couple months after college.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna do that. We called it as Rumspringer, like when Amish people go away, and they fuck around for a few years, and they get to decide whether or not they want to come back or get shunned. We called it Rumspringer. We called it Eat, Pray, Chug.
Eat, pray, chug.
How Stella got his booze back. How fella got his booze back. That's what Billy's doing right now. But he's going to come back. He's going to be excited. And actually, you know what? We've left it open for Billy. He can be as involved with the show as he wants to. He's not going to be in the office, but he can call in. And when you call in, we'll have to teach you how not to breathe into your mic with every single breath. But you're more than welcome. We would love to have you on as much as you want to be on in the next couple months. If that's never, I understand. If it's every show, I would love that, but it's going to be totally up to you, because I don't want you to get burned out. I want you to have fun and enjoy yourself. So that's kind of where we stand. Is that fair?
Very fair.
Okay, cool. So we'll take that as it comes. So Billy will still be around. One other thing I wanted to get into, I don't know if you saw the trending topics on Twitter right before we started recording this here podcast, Arian. Did you?
I did not.
Well, I think number 3 in the entire nation right now is hashtag MJ Innocent.
Did we spark it? Did we help?
Whoa.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'd like to think so.
I think
I'd like to think we got the party going.
I think 2 lawsuits just got thrown out. That's what I think just happened.
Unbelievable. Dog, I'm telling you. I mean, not to beat a dead horse, but when you really look into this shit, it's fucking baloney. Is what it is.
Fucking baloney.
Shout out to Mike J, the king, the greatest of all time, greatest entertainer of all time. Name got tarnished. It is what it is, man. MJ Innocent. I'm with the hashtag.
I looked into it a little bit more after we did the show, and I'm still in the 50-50 neighborhood. But I was like 90-10, 95-5 before we did the show. So, but I guess a judge or a jury, I'm not exactly up to date on the details of what happened today, but I think it was a judge. A judge threw it out. So, you might be on the right side of history here, Aaron.
I rarely am not, brother. I rarely am not.
So this says it was Wade Robson's case. That's the guy that you brought up, right? That was like full of shit. So it says this was one of the ones that got dismissed for the third time.
Yeah, man. They keep trying, and it's like, bruh. They have nothing, and their stories don't align. They're caught in multiple lies. It's just like, if they would just come, and that's the thing, like, since the documentary and they spoke their truth or whatever, they have not spoke publicly. And that's the thing. If you're gonna be the beacon for sexual assault victims, like, and you decide to come out on a HBO documentary, then you go on Oprah, and then after that you go radio silence, that's sketchy to me. But you only went radio silence after all the backlash, because the MJ fans are detectives, and they just like called you out. Lie after lie after lie, and then you don't have nothing to say. I don't know, folks. I don't know.
There you go. Congratulations, Aaron. It's a big day for you.
It's big day for me, man. I'm gonna drink a whole bottle of wine today.
There you go. Sheesh. Before we get into it, we've got a lot of stuff we got to talk about dinosaurs. I've got like a fraud list. Dinosaurs I think are fraudulent. We've all got our top 4 dinosaurs. We want to do a draft. Maybe a dream blunt rotation. That's hot in the streets right now. Where you do the 4 picture, the dream blunt rotation of dinosaurs that you would want to have. And then we've got to talk about the conspiracy theories about dinosaurs being fake. Those have become real hot in the last like 5 years, 6 years. So we'll get into all that stuff. Before we do, today's episode is brought to you by our great friends over at 3Chi. 3Chi is the industry leader in Delta-8 THC products. All the products are formulated by biochemists. They're made here in the USA with USA-grown hemp. 3Chi's Delta-8 is a federally legal version of THC. It's a more functional alternative to marijuana. I'm going to put this down. I'm going to put the sheet down because I don't even need to read off the sheet because I use the product. I've got it right here. The 3Chi Comfortably Numb, the enhanced oil. You put a little bit under your tongue. I did a little bit of that when I was watching the Jake Paul fight the other night. Snoop Dogg was on TV. Snoop Dogg actually was talking directly to me after I consumed the 3Chi. I felt like I was on the same wavelength as him. It was a great evening. 3Chi is an awesome product. They've got gummies. They've got oils. They've got, what else do they have? Gummies, oils, tinctures.
Cookies?
They've got cookies. That's right. Frank had a cookie on last week's show. They've got vapes. So it's a great line of products. I've never been disappointed in 3Chi. It actually works. It's psychoactive. It's not CBD. You're going to get a buzz off it. At least I 1,000,000% get a buzz off it. I hope you will too. They've got the cookies, the brownies, cereal treats, fruity cereal. They've got fruity cereal. That's right, Coley. Fruity cereal. We need to get you some of that. You can go to 3chi.com and buy all the products and use promo code MACRO at checkout. Get 5% off your order. You must be 21 to purchase. Use promo code MACRO at checkout. Let them know that you heard about 3Chi on Macrodosing. Get 5% off your order. Just a way of saying thank you. Thank you, guys. Instead of saying you're handsome, just use promo code MACRO. It works the same. I'll get the same buzz from you that I would if you told me that we were all handsome, which we are, for the record. So 3chi.com, promo code MACRO, 5% off your entire order. All right, dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. Where should we begin with dinosaurs? Should we start at the beginning, the oldest dinosaurs? Should we start when humans discovered dinosaurs and how they've become a huge part of what we think about when we talk about the history of the Earth? Where should we start?
It's a great question. I say we start. No, go ahead.
I was thinking, dinosaurs were around for 64 times longer than humans have existed. So to think about that, we are a blip in Earth's history, and these guys occupied the planet, 64 times longer.
Mm-hmm.
Several different periods, spanning, and even before that, there was so much more. And I feel like dinosaurs are a great sort of explanation, like to grasp how exactly we fall into Earth's history as a whole.
Okay, I like that. I agree with that because a lot of times if you're trying to educate a kid and you're trying to teach them about perspective in time, you can talk about how long it took a mountain to form, or you can talk about how there used to be land here and the continents drifted apart slowly, or you can be like, there were these fucking cool lizards that ran around eating each other all the time, and then kids will pay more attention to that. Mm-hmm. And so listen, all the respect in the world to dinosaurs. We are truly a blip on the radar compared to what they did. They did it for a long time. Humans are like a one-hit wonder compared to them. And so we've actually only been studying dinosaurs for a relatively short period of time even. So the first dinosaur bone was discovered, I think, in the 1700s, late 1600s is when they think they found the very first one. And originally they were like, yo, this is an elephant. We found a giant's bone. And honestly, if you had found just like a huge femur, you'd probably, and you were alive back in the 1600s, a giant would probably be my first thought, right? Like this is an ancient giant that we've read about in all the folklore.
The Native Americans.
Or dragon.
Yeah.
Or dragon, yeah. So we can get into dragons a little bit because there has to be a dragon dinosaur, right?
Has to be.
I don't think so. I'm a skeptic on that, but I'm highly disappointed that there is no dragons.
So when I was in lower school, I took a course on dragonology that was offered by the Dragonologist.
Dragonology.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty long story. No, there's this like fake pseudoscience book called Dragonology that actually has some like basically creates a mythos like how dragons are actually real and existed with the dinosaurs. It's like crazy, but
I feel like there's enough stuff that actually exists that you can study. We haven't reached the point in human knowledge where we should just be making up fake stuff and then testing people on how well they know our fake stuff that we've made up.
It was a very, basically dragons existed in every single culture. So the Native Americans had dragons, the Aztecs had, I'm going to butcher the hell of this name, but Aztequitl, this long flying serpent that they believed in. China had their, Asiatic dragons.
Big dragon culture. Yeah.
Big dragon culture.
Asiatic dragon.
Yeah. Well, that's different than the wyvern, the European dragon, which is more of their traditional dragon. You know what I'm saying?
No, Billy, that's not true.
No, I don't know what you're saying, Billy.
No,
what the fuck is a traditional dragon?
No, a European dragon, that's green, scaly.
Why is the European dragon the traditional one?
Well, the one that we think of.
What do you mean we?
I don't think of no European dragon, bro.
They're the ones that like King Arthur slayed.
Okay.
I think of the Asiatic dragon. That's what I think.
Okay, my bad.
I love Billy's. He's Eurocentric with his dragon.
Sorry.
He just appropriated dragon.
No, dragonology was very Eurocentric. It's a very,
You already said that was fake. You can't point to that.
There was a fake scientist named Dr. Ernest Drake who they made the head of dragonology, and he was from England. And they
White dude. Yep.
Yeah.
Of course.
Who made him the head of dragonology?
Yeah. Dude, he's like a fake character in this like whole mythos.
But you said they made him. Who made him?
Simon Schuster. I don't know.
Oh, so the publisher invented a fake dragon expert.
Yeah, it's a whole fake book, but it's actually really cool.
Now, I want to say, though, about the dragon thing. So this kind of goes to what I want to talk about later. I don't want to get into all of it, but the fact that all these cultures around the world have all these different dragon stories, very similar, and none of them communicated with each other, would that not possibly lend itself to the fact that maybe these people had seen giant reptiles similar to that they then articulated in petroglyphs and things like that?
I guess it could. It could. Yes, in theory it could.
I don't think so. The reason why I'm skeptical is because we haven't found any remains, right? I mean, there's a lot of like folklore that kind of permeates throughout human culture, and I think that's just more of our evolutionary like it's a byproduct of our evolution. So like when we see things in the sky that we're not familiar with, like that just kind of gets our imaginations going, and all of a sudden European dragons pop up, right?
Yeah, could be.
And to Billy's point, the wyvern wasn't. It's a different kind of dragon. Not to get all dragon nerd on you, but somebody sent me an infographic about dragons last year, and the wyvern has 4 legs.
The wyvern has 2 legs.
The wyvern's front arms are also its wings.
Right. Whereas the 4-legged dragon with the wings on the back, like a griffin, that's different.
It's so dumb that we have science about something that
Dr. Ernest Drake argued that the reason we haven't found dragon bones is in order to fly, dragons had to have hollow, lighter bones that didn't preserve as well.
Or they just pieced out. Or they just left the earth.
Flew away.
Yeah, that's how they died. Or it is possible that people would find skeletons of dinosaurs, dig them up, and their explanation was this is obviously a dragon. And then, over the course of the last several thousand years, those probably got stolen or weren't taken care of. So I think that there's probably explanations for why dragons exist in every culture.
The Native Americans thought that dinosaur bones they found were just these ancient giant buffalo that used to roam the earth, like way back when. That was their theory on dinosaur bones. There's a lot of dinosaur bones across North America.
So yeah, they were originally discovered back in 1676. And then in 1842, Richard Owen, he's an anatomist, he recognized Megalosaurus as a part of a whole new group of animals, and he called them Dinosauria, which means terrible lizards. So he was the first guy to be like, these were lizards. They were just giant, and they roamed the earth. And I always wondered how you can determine whether or not an animal had scales. They're always your typical picture of a dinosaur, if you think of one, is like green scaly, right? How can you tell what a dinosaur's body looked like? How do you know there weren't feathers? How do you know they didn't all have shells? How do you know that they didn't have hair that just grew everywhere? It'd probably be impossible to know, right? We're just kind of guessing as to what the outside of the bodies look like.
They got a lot wrong. I mean, I have two. I brought my dinosaur encyclopedias, some of my most prized possessions.
Billy has it right.
This one, my grandmother got for me at a yard sale, and it was written in long ago, like 1960. And the pictures of the dinosaurs are very different. Like, they have T-Rex standing very upright. They have, Iguanodon wasn't structured correctly.
They actually got that wrong in the Museum of Natural History. Like,
yeah,
the first erection of T-Rex, where he was like standing straight up, and they realized his tail couldn't do that without it breaking, and so they put him a little more vertical.
Have you guys seen the TV shows that they do where they explain how dinosaurs had sex?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they played that for me in school. It was very outrageous.
Wait, they played that for you in school?
Yeah, like 5th grade, way too young.
That's incredible. The illustration, we'll have to put the illustration up maybe in this video. Or Billy, can you pull it up?
Yeah.
Look up T-Rex sex. It's a cartoon that they drew, and it's just incredible. It's just straight up doggy style. You would think that
I got like a
tails got
full
away.
video.
Really?
Yeah, it was graphic.
Is it doggy style if the dinosaurs predated dogs?
It's dino style.
It's
Dino style.
That's a good point.
Dino style.
It should be dino style, and they certainly look like they're enjoying themselves. They said that the T-Rex had a 12-foot dick. Which is pretty. That's just unnecessary, if you ask me.
Hey.
Like, anything over 6 feet is overkill.
I mean, but if you are a female Tyrannosaurus, you would like to be pleasured.
That's true.
They're hard to please.
They are okay. Yeah, their hands are so short, they're not able to stimulate themselves, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it has to be ultra pleasurable.
What if a dinosaur had like the shape of a vibrator? You know, the double ones, the rabbit vibrators. What if they had one that just went onto the Clitosaurus?
What the hell's a rabbit vibrator?
Rabbit.
Rabbit?
Billy, you have a lot to learn about the female gender, my friend.
You're in your sabbatical.
Yeah. I want a book report when you come back. So Billy pulled up my favorite picture, which is the Brontosaurus is having sex in the water, because the dude Brontosaurus is absolutely going to town. He is having a wonderful time.
He's just tilting his long ass neck back.
He's like screaming up in the air.
Turn it.
Yeah, Big T wants to see.
Yeah.
The two things that are banned in Big T's life: pornography and learning about dinosaurs.
By the way, the Brontosaurus is our
I resent
first.
the implication of
I know
both
we're
those
going to
things.
get into frauds later, but the Brontosaurus was a hodgepodge of a bunch of different sauropods, which are the long-necked dinosaurs. They basically found a bunch of them, and they couldn't find complete skeletons, so they pieced them together from a bunch of different ones. So the Brontosaurus is probably made up of ones like yeah.
Well, the whole act of finding dinosaurs, like fossil hunters, that is a profession that intrigues me, because it's only been a thing for a couple hundred years, and really for maybe the last 150 in the United States. But people that that's their job, to go out and just straight up hunt for dinosaur bones. That's one of the sickest jobs. And I looked up how much it costs to buy a dinosaur skeleton. Do you guys have any idea how much it would cost to buy a dino?
A full,
our-
like on in the Smithsonian deal?
Yeah, like let's just say a T-Rex. How much do you think a T-Rex is going for?
Well, Nick Cage has one.
$25 million.
Billy?
Nick, I don't remember, but something.
He's got the skull.
Yeah, Nick Cage
Yeah.
paid an insane amount of money for a skull.
He has a bunch of skulls, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Arian, how much would you pay for? Well, no, I don't want to say how much would you. How much do you think is the going rate for a dinosaur skeleton?
Right. I wouldn't pay, but if I did, I would bet 250 grand.
250 grand for a T-Rex? That's
Nigga,
kind of
my answer.
disrespectful.
I mean, damn.
All right. Coley?
I was thinking like 50 mil.
Yeah.
Billy?
I'm going to go like a full skeleton, like all original bones. I'm going to say $500 million.
$500 million.
Yeah.
Oh,
God, I want
I think
all
he's right.
original, all original skeleton.
If I was selling the dinosaur, I would go to Billy first. You'd be the first
For
call I
sure.
would make.
Man, that's,
Well,
do you have the answer?
Billy would bid against himself. Yeah, there was one that sold for $32 million. A T-Rex sold for $32 million.
Okay.
Nailed it.
But the typical going rate is like $6 million. I don't know if this was just a great T-Rex, or I don't know what they
see,
were planning on doing it.
I did the Price is Right thing. You know, just $1. You shoot real low, and you could. You know.
Yeah.
but I wonder if those skeletons are all totally original, because a lot of them have the fill-in plaster in that they
There's no
found
such
in other
thing.
ones. Yeah.
There's no such thing as like a totally full skeleton original. Like it just, they don't.
Well, right.
they
That's
don't
what I
fossilize like that.
Yeah, that's how I thought. 100. That would be $500 million.
So if you're bargain shopping for dinosaurs, a Triceratops skull went for about $300,000, and to me that's the coolest thing that you can have is a Triceratops skull. That's like the ultimate dinosaur.
Dude, there's an Alice in Chains album with a dinosaur skull on it that is awesome.
Sick. The Triceratops, there's been some discussion recently in the last 11 years about whether or not Triceratops are real. It's like the Pluto of dinosaurs. They keep taking it away from us and giving it back to us. Some guy was like, no, Triceratops don't exist. Then he was like, yeah, they did exist, but they were tiny. Wait, yeah, now they do exist, now they don't exist. Turns out they do exist again. So just in the last 11 years, it's lived and died like 5 times. But Triceratops, for my money, I think is the coolest looking dinosaur.
Have we pragmatically gained anything from studying dinosaurs?
Absolutely not.
Jurassic
I mean,
Park.
I don't want to disrespect paleontologists, right? Because it's their life work. But I'm like, has it actually aided humanity in a way other than like, you know, entertainment, like with like Jurassic Park and shit?
It's probably on like disproving creationism.
Fossil records.
We could
We'll
could
get
do
into
with
that
a lot
later.
more than-
It's not.
It doesn't disprove it.
No. Brontosaurus is in the Bible.
Okay. Yes,
the sun disproves it.
Brontosaurus isn't real.
No, you're fake news.
Okay, we'll get into it. We'll get into it later. But I think it's made us study asteroids more, because if you find out that the entire species went extinct, you're like, wait, how that could happen to us? So it's made us like do more looking for giant craters, field of craterology.
Yeah, maybe like some type. Okay, either like the topography or maybe like understanding the different layers, the stratus. What is the strata whatever? Like where they like you get the literally different ages like in.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, okay.
How about this, Arian? They got you paid. You would
Dinosaurs.
you would not be rich without dinosaurs. What was the
I'm
team?
listening.
What was the team that you played for most of your career? The team that you were really good on.
The Houston Texans.
Okay, what's the name of their stadium there?
It's like NRG.
Yeah, NRG Stadium. You know what they sell?
Oh,
They sell oil. You know where oil comes from, right?
Shout out to dinosaurs.
Shout out dinosaurs. Dinosaurs got you paid.
Dinosaurs got me rich. Shout out to all them niggas. I love it.
Very curious where you were going with that.
Coley, what were you gonna say?
Well, there was a point you brought up, and I'm surprised it took this deep into the episode to get to it. But the common misconception is that all dinosaurs are extinct. That's wrong. That's just not true. There are several animals still walking around right now that were alive then, and you ever see a sea turtle? That is a dinosaur. Alligators, crocodiles, birds. I'm sure Billy wants to talk about. A lot of like the weak ones died. I don't like that we cast the whole species of dinosaurs as cowards that a little rock took out.
Okay, yeah. To your point, the shoebill. I know you've seen the
Oh,
shoebill
boy.
bird. That fucking thing is. I think it's older than that. That thing probably ate all the dinosaurs.
Yeah, he probably could have stopped it and didn't.
Yeah, Aaron, look up the shoebill because that is a bird.
Shoebill crane.
Just terrifying animal. Alligators.
Oh yeah.
Definitely dinosaurs. I mean, some people think that one of the theories why they went extinct is that a lot of them just got too big. They just got too swole and jacked up, and their brains were so small that it became inefficient for them as like a body to even operate.
A lot of the oxygen level back then was so much higher than it is now, and they think that some sort of a cataclysmic event, not just like getting killed by an asteroid, but volcanic activity reduced the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere, causing it to be unsustainable to have those large of creatures.
It's like Jose Canseco.
Yeah, exactly.
They just got too big for their body to be able to survive.
Exactly.
And and then the atmosphere went to war mode on them. I love it. There's also a theory I read that the eggs became unsustainable. Like a dinosaur egg reached the point where it was so big and so thick that the babies inside couldn't hatch. And so their population started to dwindle because their children would never actually be born.
And there's the rat theory.
I don't like this one.
Basically the first mammals were these small rodent-like creatures that would run up in all the nests and just take their little rat teeth and crack all the eggs, and then none of the eggs could hatch because they were all dead. Then they would climb in the eggs and eat all the yolk from the inside.
Just like parasites.
We're descendants of those, aren't we?
Exactly.
So we've been colonizing since the beginning of time.
Yeah. I guess so. I mean, to be fair, I would eat a dinosaur omelet.
That shit would be popping.
Yeah.
They actually have what are those big
Ostrich.
ass birds?
Ostrich.
Yes, ostrich. They're actually good. Yeah.
I would eat a dinosaur also, for the record. And I'm not even talking about the Flintstone version of the Brontosaurus rib. When I was looking at these pictures,
I feel like it'd be tough though, you know.
Alligator's good.
Tender.
Some of them looked like they'd be delicious. I made little mental notes as to which ones I think would be the tastiest. But yeah, you're right. A lot of them would be just, I think, stringy, too lean. But there's some of them, some fat ass dinosaurs that I would absolutely eat. But yeah, so these are all the theories about how they went extinct or evolved. There's also, I feel like we might have left one out.
There's just the meteorite theory.
Yeah.
Just giant Mount Everest size meteorite hitting in the K2 event, causing the mass extinction, which would have occurred about 65 million years ago.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing that there's still so much conjecture and dispute about what happened to the Earth. Because it's been, I feel like all the facts have come out by now. We've waited 65 million years for the facts. We should be able to agree on them by this point.
The thing is, the extinction event wasn't just one day. It was, I think, thousands of, like, 500,000 years maybe. So it wasn't just, like, one day, like, all happened. It was a gradual phase out.
Where do you think that we would be as a society if dinosaurs never existed? Let's just say, for argument's sake, dinosaurs are a big hoax. The fossils aren't real. What type of energy would we have discovered by now?
I don't think much would change, man.
Well, if you don't have oil to fall back on, you better fucking figure something out, right?
Oh, we would be way more efficient.
But we also may be way more theocratic and not push secular science.
I'm listening.
So, like, theocracies, like, think.
No.
Right.
Okay.
So
Sorry,
so like, if religious figures are controlling the government, they're not going to tolerate the search for science.
Okay.
Because they can disprove it without evolution.
So if dinosaurs didn't exist, you think that would still be under control of the Anglican Church?
No, probably the Catholic Church. 95 Thesis, maybe.
But how though? Because evolution was really started gaining steam, but it didn't have anything to do with dinosaurs. It was more about like I think the first, like when Charles Darwin was like the Galapagos Islands, like all of that stuff. Like when he really started changing his mind on it, like that's what but it wasn't dinosaurs. It was, I guess, the sea turtles are.
Well, this isn't dinosaurs, but mammoths. A lot of mammoth skulls were found in Europe, and people thought that they were cyclops skulls because they had a big mammoth skulls, like elephant skulls, get these holes like in the middle of their skull, and they thought that was the eye socket, and that was where the myth of the cyclops came from.
So we wouldn't have. That's what I'm saying. I don't think much
Yeah.
would change other than our fossil fuels, and a lot of our folklore wouldn't be here. But I feel like we'd make some other shit up because that's what we do. We just make shit up, like literally made up superheroes, and like it's literally a part of who we are now.
Yeah.
Superman.
Yeah, it's a good point. Do you guys want to get into some specific dinosaurs right now? Some of our
Yeah.
favorites, or you want to do the frauds?
Let's do the frauds after, or expose the frauds in other people's favorites.
Okay, I like that. And just be prepared because Billy has written probably like hundreds of book reports about dinosaurs. He was accessing like all his old essays that he wrote in elementary school, middle school, high school, and he was telling me that he's just got some hot takes that are lined up. Billy is absolutely the favorite to win this draft for the Dream Blunt rotation of dinosaurs. But why don't we start? Let's go Coley, Arian, and then we'll go Big T, me, Billy, and then we'll snake it back.
Perfect.
All right, I'm going with one I already know Billy thinks is a fraud, but that really doesn't matter to me. Like the general public, this is the dinosaur that plays all day, every day. It's the Velociraptor.
It's a fraud.
It's the only
No,
it's
fuck
the
that
only
dinosaur.
dinosaur that has a professional sports team named after it. The only one.
You got Canadian.
The Jersey
There's
Giant,
Tampa.
the Jersey Giant rooster has a skeleton that is bigger than Velociraptor skeletons.
Okay, can it communicate telepathically with its pals? No, that's why we eat it.
Yes, they can.
The rooster can?
Yeah.
No.
Billy's just making that up because you had him.
Yeah,
cornered.
no, it can't.
You had him beat on a fact. So
But we don't really know
the
they're
flow
that
chart
smart.
in Billy's mind goes: if you get beat, just lie. So we're all witnesses to that. I agree with Billy though that it's a fraud. When we think of a Velociraptor, it's not what Jurassic Park, what Hollywood told you a raptor was. That's not what they looked like. They were tiny. They were the size of a turkey. Little turkey birds. A shoebill would absolutely dominate a Velociraptor.
If you lock me in
All
the
right,
room,
yeah, I mean, Jordan would beat Ray Allen too. That doesn't mean Ray Allen's a bad basketball player.
I probably could beat the shit out of 10 Velociraptors if I was locked in this room with it, right?
They would dog your ass.
No,
What are
dude,
you
they're
talking
this
about?
big. I'd punt them. And when
They're
they
smart. They're way smarter than you.
Billy would get dogged by 10 Velociraptors, dog. What
okay,
is you
maybe
smoking?
five.
That's all they do all day is look for food. All you do all day is Google shit.
It's
They
true.
gonna dog you, man.
It's true though. The dinosaur that you're thinking of, it's called the Deinonychus. So that's what the Jurassic Park animal is,
Or the Utahraptor.
or the Utah Raptor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're related, but they just changed the name and made it Velociraptor because it sounds cooler. But the real
Sounds very
Velociraptor was small, and so yeah.
But hold on, if we're all under the agreement that we can just name these old shit whatever we want, I'm taking the Velociraptor as we know it, but I'm picturing the cool one that we're talking about.
Okay, so your
I allow that. I allow that.
So I'm taking a raptor, yeah.
You're taking the Deinonychus. Deinonychus.
Utahraptor. That's what Spielberg said he based it on, but it had a bad name.
Yeah, I don't want Utah associated with my pick, so I'm just
Yeah.
going Raptor.
Yeah, you'd rather have Toronto.
I'd rather Toronto or Ford in front of Raptor.
Dude, the Ford Raptor's a sick truck.
So strong.
I'm a Chevy
All right,
Silverado guy.
Oh yeah, bleep that out.
Either-
The truck sucks. Arian.
All right, so I'm opening up strong. I definitely have to rearrange my draft board because you took the Raptor, but that was gonna be my next pick. I figured to go off the board. Hot commodity. This one is also a hot commodity, and another one that Billy probably feel like is a fraud, but I'm just in love with it. It's just an amazing, graceful animal, and we're gonna go with the Brontosaurus, right? And a little fun fact: it's one of the only 2 dinosaurs that have an emoji. So, it's the Brontosaurus.
That's good value.
I actually Googled it. As of 2016, the Brontosaurus is back. Like
It's back,
Pluto.
baby.
It's
Okay,
back.
apologize.
I'm sorry. The Brontosaurus is back. Big T was right. I Googled it right after he said that. It's back, but sauropods. There are some cooler sauropods, I'd say.
Hey, bro, this is my draft board,
This
family.
guy.
You do your draft, I do my draft, and we'll see who wins the day.
He's doing Mel Kiper on yours. He's like, I like to pick. It's a reach, a little bit of reach here. You could have gotten that in the second round, maybe. That was the one with it's like the biggest dinosaur, right? One of the biggest.
Yeah.
We'll get into the biggest.
But it's one of the it's the dinosaur you look at and you're like, what that neck do,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Might have been aquatic.
Oh, all right.
Actually, from my research, they said like they say the original thought was that they were like dwelled in like swampy areas, but the more that they looked, that they didn't feel like it was. They felt like it was more like meadow and grasslands.
So was it a vegan?
Yeah, vegetarian.
How did it get that big? That might be a dumb question, but it seems to me like an animal that is like the size of a house. How much does it have to eat in order? How much grass do you have to consume to get that big?
They probably grazed for all day. They probably just grazed all day. But cows are big. Gorillas are big. They don't eat meat.
So because a lot of the herbivores were usually colder, more like lizard-like animals, and they just eat all day and just get huge. Like some of the largest reptiles today are, iguanas, like rock iguanas, even though there is a Komodo dragon. But
Do they have natural predators? Do you know that?
who?
Like, could a brontosaurus get taken down
Oh,
by a T-Rex?
but I'll tell you exactly who take a brontosaurus down
Okay,
when I get my pick.
that's a good tease.
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, tell us, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, I'm teasing.
Oh, I'll tell you exactly who.
All right, Big T.
So I don't even know if this was going to be one of my picks, but I feel like I kind of have to go best available here. Which T-Rex is available at the third pick.
Fraud.
I feel like you kind of and Billy's gonna say every dinosaur is a fraud, like unless it's the hipster dinosaur that he wants. But when you're doing a dinosaur draft, and the Tyrannosaurus is available at pick 3, this is the Kyle Pitts of the dinosaur draft. If he's there, like after the quarterbacks, you have to take best available.
Don't compare Kyle Pitts to the
Kyle Pitts
Tyrannosaurus.
he's a unicorn. So is the Tyrannosaurus. Not actually. If you were going unicorn, you might go Stegosaurus, but.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You made your point worse by comparing him to a quarterback.
Okay,
that's probably...
he's Panay Sewell. Is that better?
Sure, yeah.
Maybe the best player in the draft. Not
PFT's thinking about Kyle Trask, not Kyle Pitts. Is good.
Yeah, you're my bad.
Yeah, did you
You're
think
right.
I was talking about Kyle Trask?
You're right. I thought
Yeah.
I was thinking about Kyle Trask.
I was like, Kyle Pitts is pretty fucking
you're
good.
Right. Hand
Like,
up.
he's-
I got my Kyles mixed up. That's a great comparison, actually. Great
Okay.
comparison, Big T.
Yeah, so I'm taking T-Rex at pick 3.
All right. Yep. That was going to be my pick. And if it's Dream Blunt rotation, he's got tiny little arms. He's not going to bogart your shit. That's nice. Good value there. Billy, you think he's a fraud?
So there's a lot of studies saying that his little arms were just sort of flightless wings. He had a lot of feathers, they think, and he was most likely a scavenger animal that used its large jaws and teeth to crush bones and get to internal organs on animals such as like the Brontosaurus and stuff, like more of it. So they weren't really predators, but more just lumbering sort of scavengers. And they probably
land
did.
vultures.
Yeah, exactly, just feathered land vultures.
I think that it probably looked cooler with wings.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool like art that people do saying what a T-Rex would look like.
That is true. There are
Yeah.
people that just draw pictures of T-Rexes all day long, and I think that's all that they end up doing. My favorite thing about the whole dinosaur debate community is there are people who have like doctoral degrees, PhDs, that spend all their time getting into fights with other adults about what dinosaurs looked like. That's most of their job. There's like they get mad at each other.
Have you seen paleontology Twitter?
Yeah. They get fucking heated at each other. They're like, no, you're wrong about dinosaurs.
Well, this dates back to, we can get into this, but there was actually dinosaur wars back in the 1800s. And that's where it all started. The Bone Wars.
Bone Wars.
Yeah, the Bone
Yeah.
Wars. Let's do that after
Yeah.
the draft.
Cool.
I do like that, though.
Who's like the Skip and Stephen A of paleontology?
It'd be those two. I forget what are their names. Google them, Billy. But like,
Yeah.
there was two dudes that started the whole shit off, and like they would just like go at it, and like they were like, I found this one, and then I found, and it would just like the excavations would get mad, and they're probably like falsifying a lot of them shit.
Yeah.
We should try to see who can make one of them the most pissed off, like with the drawing. Like everybody here should draw one and post on Twitter and
This
see
is what
who would get the most pissed
Artist
off.
rendition.
Yeah.
This is actually what a T-Rex looked like, and you draw like a beret on him. T-Rexes wore hats.
Put like a Knicks jersey on one of them.
They were the first animals that actually made their own clothes.
Yeah.
Like, prove me wrong. You know what? I would just watch Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless debate dinosaurs. And I'm pretty sure that if you gave them a week to prepare, maybe even just a couple of days in the off season,
Yeah.
they would put on a world-class debate about dinosaurs.
I'm in on that.
That's what sports programming should be in June and July. Like, instead of just trying to talk about baseball or like conjuring up all these, Mount Rushmore season and all that stuff, it should be like what we're doing, just a day on dinosaurs.
I agree 1,000,000%. I'm in on that. You have a viewer in me if you want to do that, FS1. My pick, it's going to sound like a hipster pick because it's not one of the big four, big five. Billy just saw my pick, and he's pissed off because I'm pretty sure he had it on top of his big board right now. That's how I know it's a good pick. The Spinosaurus. The Spinosaurus is bigger than a T-Rex, sharper teeth than a T-Rex, more fierce than a T-Rex, plus it had a fucking sail on its back. It had a giant, I don't know how else to describe it. It looked like a sail from a sailboat on its back with giant spines. So I don't know. It's just like an upgraded. It's the King Ranch edition. Shit, I can't talk about the King. The fully loaded Silverado edition of the Chevy Silverado. If the Chevy Silverado is a T-Rex, but this dinosaur kicks ass. Look up pictures of it. You will not be disappointed.
All right. I hate that I have to like be so negative about all your picks, but the Spinosaurus was a walked on four legs and was mostly aquatic and would only eat like fish.
Oh no.
Dude,
What is wrong with that, Billy?
it was basically like a glorified crocodile with a sail on its back, but it wasn't even the baddest crocodile in the water.
Crocodiles are kind of badass.
Dude,
It was absolutely the baddest crocodile. It was
wasn't.
bigger than a T-Rex.
Yeah, but Sarcosuchus was 5 tons bigger, longer, and heavier than the Spinosaur.
How big was Sarcosuchus?
What was his 3 cone?
So
Billy is really
no,
Neil deGrasse
dude.
Tyson all of our dino picks. Bro. It's fucking hilarious.
Spinosaurus
Well, actually,
was 9 to 10 tons. Sarcosuchus was up to 15 tons and would eat Spinosaurus.
Let's hear your pick, Billy, so we can shit all over.
But wait. I'm reading up
fucking
about
doesn't-
Spinosaurus right now, and it said that they could weigh up to 20.9 metric tons.
Well, Sarcosuchus was way. My estimates say it's way bigger.
My numbers.
No, but this thing would like eat. There's actually there's a link called Spinosaurus for Sarcosuchus who would win, and Sarcosuchus beats Spinosaurus.
Does Sarcosuchus have a dorsal sail?
No, but
That's not cool.
It's literally the largest crocodilian of all time. Anyway, for my first pick, I'm going to choose. Ooh, this one's hard. Oh, I get the first pick coming back too, right?
Yeah, you get 2.
Okay, so my first pick is Allosaurus,
Good pick.
the lion of the Jurassic. These guys were one of the largest carnivores that also displayed pack-like hunting abilities, unlike the T-Rex, which was usually a lone scavenger. These guys are what T-Rex and Velociraptor and whatever raptor you want to say wants to be. They were literally pack hunters. They were found in packs, and they were basically probably the size of a smaller T-Rex, but they also had mandible hands they could use. And they could use them. They could pick shit up. So they would like.
You took a right guard, is what I'm hearing.
No. I took a explosive. I don't know. These guys are insane. These guys were pack hunters. Allosaurus was the goat predator of the dinosaur age, and yes, they probably started to go extinct when the larger prey they preyed on went extinct, and that's when Tyrannosaurus, the scavenger, came on to the field and got his heyday. But they were balling until they couldn't go anymore.
They didn't have a quarterback to move the ball down the field anymore, and they just became a bottom of the league 2-14 team. I heard you.
They won
sounds
championships.
It sounds like they're a super team,
They were absolutely a super.
but they
team.
couldn't get it done on their own.
No, they could. Well,
No.
You just said they couldn't.
no, they
that's
couldn't. get it done.
again, that was
But-
the transition to lying that Billy does.
No. Tyrannosaurus was like one good guy on a team. He's James Harden. Tyrannosaurus was James Harden.
James Harden has
plays on the
2
Nets
other
with
all-stars,
Kevin Durant.
one
Okay,
of whom
when
is
on the
one of
Rockets.
the greatest players
On
of
the
all time.
Rockets. James Harden on the Rockets, that was Tyrannosaurus.
Billy, I looked it up, and a lot of the concerns with the paleontologists about the Allosaurus say they had a very weak bite. Is this true?
Damn.
Is this
Billy.
true?
Getting exposed.
All right, well,
What a shitty fucking
so-
dinosaur.
well, my second pick is the largest land predator of all time, Gigantosaurus. It was a T-Rex that was the biggest land predator of all time. And people say, oh, no, Spinosaurus is technically longer, but they're aquatic and they aren't bipedal.
Can we take a moment and just whoever's naming these fucking dinosaurs have no creativity, dog.
It's Billy.
Gigantosaurus, Spinosaurus, like what the fuck, Asaurus, man? What is that? That shit is trash. Get a little fucking creativity in it. But
You
go ahead,
also you just drafted 2 different types of T-Rexes. I don't know if either of those picks were on the board.
Well, no.
Yeah,
There
does it have-
are 2 different types of carnosaurs, which are what T-Rexes are.
You just described this creature as a bigger T-Rex.
Right,
Yeah.
but if
Not
you
a
guys
lot of
think
diversity.
T-Rex...
So when you take T-Rex, it's a fraud, but then he goes, you know what? I'm just going to take a super T-Rex.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah, it's a super
Yeah, that's
T-Rex.
how Billy works.
No, but these guys actually hunted.
Oh, whatever, dude.
Okay, so they actually. So the Gigantosaur, it does sound like one that's made up in a Jurassic Park movie where it's like, okay, we have to have a bigger T-Rex. What are we going to call it? The Gigantosaur. Okay, done. Movie written. Let's move along. So was it a real dinosaur? I have to fact check you. on this.
Gigantosaurus. It was the largest land predator of all time, and its name translates to giant southern lizard. And yeah, it's so basically it was the biggest tyrannosaur ever found.
Okay, so you, after dragging me through the mud for my Spinosaurus pick, you then
This was a land predator.
your whole thing was why wouldn't you pick Tesusasaur?
The Sarcosuchus.
Sarcosuchus, yeah.
Because I want an animal that can kill the Brontosaurus, not just like be an ambush predator and catch animals that are drinking water.
So how do
Why
we?
do you want to kill a brontosaurus? Niggas just be chilling, eating leaves.
yeah, they seem like good
Nah,
guys.
bro. What is the point of our dinosaur team? What are they doing exactly?
Dream blunt
The
rotation.
blunt rotation. We're chilling.
And you bringing niggas into the cipher that just want to be toxic, man.
Yeah, coped out of their minds. It's ready to fuck shit up.
Bad vibes. Bad vibes.
Okay, you know what?
Spiking the blunt with fucking angel dust. You doing too
Punching
much.
a hole in the wall.
All right. I guess I'll go. I gotta go with my dude, the Stegosaurus. One of the greatest to ever do it.
Solid pick.
Stegosaurus, just when you have the back, the spines on its back, you got the tail that's got the spikes on the tail in case shit goes wild. He's got a weapon. He doesn't want to use it. He'd much rather just hang out and eat trees. But if Billy starts rolling up with his weird crew, then guess what? We're the only one that has a weapon ready to defend ourselves. And I also read that the Stegosaurus could break the sound barrier with the whip of their tail. It was that strong. So that would fuck some people up.
So, fun fact: Stegosaurus has never met T-Rexes. They lived in totally different time periods.
Because T-Rexes knew better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They knew better.
So yeah, Stegosaurus. Just an iconic looking dinosaur too.
Oh yeah.
He's a chill herbivore.
You can't make a movie about dinosaurs or a cartoon and not have a Stegosaurus. It's like you need the T-Rex, you need the Triceratops, and you need the Stegosaurus.
Facts.
How about that?
Or Big T. Big T-Rex.
I'm going with, I feel like I got another great value pick here in round 2. I'm going Mosasaurus, which is the sea dinosaur. It's in Jurassic World. It's the thing that they have the shark hanging and it comes up and just eats the shit out of the shark.
Yeah.
It looks like a gator put on a whale mixed with a dinosaur type deal. It's pretty badass.
That is a great dinosaur, yeah.
I like that pick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like your picks too, Arian. I'm not going to shit on your dinosaur picks like other people
Oh,
on
this
this
is
show.
Billy over here bringing these toxic
Yeah.
fuckers in the cipher. I'm gonna bring the first air dinosaur to the mix, man, and I'm going pterodactyl.
Fuck.
Good pick.
My bad, dog. Somebody had to do it. That was a great value pick as well. So yeah, the pterodactyl. I just feel it's like iconic, you know, big as fuck. Gonna be, you know, he gonna eat, but he ain't gonna be toxic like Billy's folk, man. So yeah, I gotta go pterodactyl.
And you could ride him too. You could just like be like, hey, let's go for a spin. You get to go
fire.
fly with him. That'd be sick. Yeah, I mean, pterodactyl is a great choice. I want to jump back real quick. I forgot to mention with the Stegosaurus, it had the smallest brain of any animal ever its size. I think its brain was the size of an acorn, and it was just gigantic. So you know it was cool. It was dumb as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Super fun to smoke with.
Yes. But yeah, pterodactyl, great choice.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was still there. You talk about, I don't know why he fell. It's kind of like Justin Fields right now. Should be a top of the draft pick. For some reason was in free fall. I was waiting to scoop him up with one of these two, and it was just a great pick.
Yeah,
Billy, are you
I
gonna-
appreciate that. We got a solid team.
What's your comment on it, Billy?
I mean, great flying reptile. Wouldn't. I don't know. Do I have to smoke weed with my dinosaurs? Can I like go
It's
put?
dream blunt rotate. You can do it. All right, it's dream blunt rotation for everybody. It's Bible study for Big T, and then for Billy, it's just like, let's just say,
Guys,
completing a what would you do obstacle course.
True.
Yeah, dream lift partners.
Whenever I consider like great dinosaurs, it's like the biggest badasses out there, and that's Allosaurus and Gigantosaurus.
All right, so just Billy's crew. It's just
yeah,
your crew.
exactly.
All right, Cole.
with it.
I'm going to take, and Billy's going to have to help me with the enunciation of this one. I believe it's Patchy Cephalosaurus.
The head-butting one.
Yeah, they've got the literal helmet on.
The Brandon Merriweather of dinosaurs.
Right. Yeah, we're chilling, but if Billy's crew rolls up, I need to send this guy head forward into the pack. So yeah, I mean anyone, your guy's dumb, but I think my guy could smash heads like rams and have a grand old time.
Pachycephalosaurus.
Packy, okay.
Yeah, they had some real thick skulls, right?
Yeah, they're the ones that used to just headbutt the shit out of each other with these dome skulls.
Mm-hmm.
They're so cool.
I would love to turn one of those dinosaurs loose on a building. There's a modern day building. Release one in New York and just see if it could take down like my apartment complex. You gave it 15 minutes just to run into it repeatedly.
I think definitely.
It's the premise behind Rampage, the video game back in the day.
Oh yeah. I guarantee you that dinosaur could take out Godzilla, King Kong.
Pachycephalosaurus.
I think so.
I'm Team Kong, dog. I'm not gonna take no Kong standard, dog.
Well, my next pick was going to be Godzilla.
Good choice.
He's the biggest. Billy wants to talk all this shit about his big bad dinosaurs. Do they breathe radioactive fire? No, they don't. Godzilla in 4, clean sweep.
Well, you have to take Godzilla in his dinosaur form, Godzillasaurus, that he originally evolved from.
Fine with it. All greats. Tom Brady had to start at Michigan. He became what he became in that next level. That's what I'm drafting the potential.
You guys know Godzilla's origin story?
No.
There was Godzillasaurus was living on an island in the South Pacific. U.S. Army dropped a nuke on that island, turned into Godzilla. And that's his origin story.
Okay. Oh, wait, did you guys read that shit the other day? It came out that there were like billions of T-Rexes that roam North America.
No. Oh, yeah, no, but not...
Sounds terrifying.
There was probably, in the whole course of history, there was like a million T-Rexes.
No, it said billions with a B.
Well, at any one time, I don't think there was a billion.
Probably not. They'd be like pigeons.
Yeah.
Like the density of pigeons in New York City, it'd just be an entire continent filled with T-Rexes. In which case, I would absolutely say I would call them super frauds if there were that many existing peacefully with each other at any given time.
The Alex Jones of prehistoric animals.
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
It's my go.
Yep.
My go. All right, man. I'm gonna pick this dude for no other reason than he got a cool fucking name, dog. This is what he just be in the cipher chilling, and he's got to be a cool cat. It's the Baryonyx, and when you look at him, he looks like a a miniature. Well, probably not even a miniature. How big is this nigga? He is. I don't know how big he is. Billy, you don't got no stats for me on it.
How do you say his name?
Okay, he's like 7.5 and 10 meters. So he's like 25 and 33 feet long, but he's like he looks just like another Velociraptor T-Rex type.
Mm-hmm.
But he just had the coolest name of all the dinosaurs I've came across, Baryonyx.
It is a cool name, yeah. Baryonyx. He's got a claw too.
Yeah.
Yeah, if his name was like Barry Onyx, he could be a very successful R&B singer right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Baryonyx. Yeah. Onyx. Man, hey, throwback group. I ain't heard that shit in a minute.
It's a sick looking dinosaur. I like it.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, Big T.
I really honestly think I'm killing this draft. I think this is the best value of the 3 I've gotten.
I know what you're gonna take.
What?
You're gonna take Triceratops.
Triceratops in round 3. Also, first of all, they just look badass. But Coley said earlier that the Raptor was the only. I guess that is the only team that's named after one. But the Colorado Rockies found a Triceratops skull when they were building Coors Field, and that's why their mascot's a Triceratops.
Yep. You see it give birth, or when it was born the other day.
Yeah.
That was funny. Good choice. God damn it.
I ain't gonna lie, he is killing this draft.
He is. Big T's absolutely winning this
Thank
draft
you.
right now.
Thank you guys for the positive energy. I wish I could say that for everyone here.
Yeah, me too. All right. I think I'm gonna go with Megalodon. Megalodon the shark, the giant great white shark.
That's not a dinosaur.
Why? Why is that not a dinosaur?
How's it not a dinosaur?
That's a fish.
It's a prehistoric fish. I feel like it should count.
Well, can I choose woolly mammoth?
Yeah, sure. If you want to lose the draft.
That doesn't
Absolutely.
count. Okay, anyway.
But Megalodon was sweet. Megalodon was a giant great white shark with a tooth as big as a whale.
True.
I'm making that part up, but like it had big ass teeth.
But dude, Liplorodon used to eat megalodons.
I don't care. Yeah, because they're probably delicious. That's another bonus.
Fucking-
Big tuna. You drafted a huge tuna. Anyway.
No, it's just a great white shark. It's a massive great white
Why does Billy have so much disdain with everybody's
He
picks?
wants
dog?
to gatekeep dinosaurs.
I think
he
I
doesn't
am
want
gatekeeping
anybody
dino-
else to have fun with dinosaurs. It's only him.
My pick is the Ankylosaurus, the largest.
Boo.
Oh,
That
you
was
don't
my
like
next
that
pick.
Ankylo?
That was
The
my-
big
That
club.
was my next pick.
He's the
I mean,
big.
you could have picked anything. I was going to boo.
I know. Giant. You know what? I was being very toxic in this draft.
Yes.
I'm like being a dinosaur hipster, talking about IPAs or some shit.
These dinosaurs are very cool though. The Ankylosaurus. I begrudgingly have to hand this one to you.
Absolute
This
tank.
is my next pick.
Club tail, like wrecking ball for a tail,
Mm-hmm.
and they were huge, like bigger than a tank
They were about tank size.
with a wrecking ball.
Yeah, the wrecking ball. They would absolutely mess some shit up. Good choice, Billy.
I love it. I like it. I
You
think
have one
you
more.
gotta go. You gotta go.
Oh, I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Sarcosuchus.
You're gonna go with Sarcosuchus.
Yeah, giant crocodile.
Better.
Huge
Bang,
crocodile.
It's basically the exact same size as a Spinosaurus, except it doesn't have a sail.
It's heavier.
Its teeth aren't as sharp. It's heavier. That's a source of great debate
has-
amongst the scientific community.
It is higher. It has a larger jaw to bite. The Spinosaurus was more just like catching fish, like a crane. People don't know Spinosaurus has a small mouth.
No, it doesn't.
It looks like
You
a
just
gate.
apologized for shitting on everyone's pick.
Spinosaurus does not have a small mouth at all. Spinosaurus has a big mouth.
No, it's like a gay roll. Like we're talking American alligator versus the skinny gay roll.
Your group is so
Skinny.
aggressive.
I
Your group
know.
is doing like black tar heroin behind like the garage.
And we smoking mid.
That's right. I hate it, Billy. I hate that pick. And you were talking shit about the Spinosaurus, saying, well, it walked around on all four legs occasionally. Yeah, so what?
Well, you thought it could compete with the T-Rex.
It absolutely could. It was
No, it
bigger than a T-Rex. Low man wins. You ever hear about that?
Yeah.
It had a lower center of gravity, and it was bigger, heavier, and lower center of gravity.
No,
And
Sarcosuchus
longer.
was lower to the ground but heavier.
So is a Spinosaurus,
Okay.
and you don't even have a sail on your back. Okay. All right, I think. So I'm going to throw you a little bit of a curveball with my last one, because my last one is, I think it's pronounced the Troodon, Troodon. So the Troodon is a small guy, right? Billy, look it up right now. It only weighed 110 pounds. It was about 9 feet long, but it was badass. It was the smartest of the dinosaurs. It had the biggest brain to body size ratio. It was hyper intelligent. They did hunt in packs. They were just little cool guys to chill with all the time. They had stereoscopic vision. Their brains were more powerful than I think most other living reptiles to this day. They could actually change the focus and the zoom of their eyes as they were looking at shit. That's fucking cool. These are some seriously underrated dinosaurs. Now, yeah, they're not able to go out and like take care of whatever weird dinosaur that Billy's dragged up out of nowhere, probably invented. Like, yes, they would not really be an asset in a fight, but they would be amazing just to hang out with. And you could probably teach them all sorts of awesome tricks. And I actually think that the Troodon, I think the baby Troodon would be the second cutest baby dinosaur behind the Triceratops, which would just be adorable. We can all agree. Like right when they hatch, the cute little Triceratops looking at you, that'd be so cute. The Troodon would be, I think, a close second because they are hyper intelligent, big ol' eyes, cool animals.
There's a really good conspiracy theory about Troodons.
Hit me.
It's more of a theory. So Troodons they were the smartest dinosaurs, thought to be precursors to birds in many respects, and many think that if they had survived longer, they would have became a dinosauroid and be like an intelligent life form. And many, like, there's mock-ups of like lizard people, and they think they come from Troodons.
Fuck yeah.
Is that the reptilian race? That whole reptilian race?
I don't think it's like some people think they come from the space, like but they're like, no, they're evolved Troodons.
Gigantosaurus. My favorite reptilian. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
That'd be a fun episode to do, is the reptilian race.
Look, if you look at this here, I'll put it into the. It's just a very freaky photo.
Yeah, they did. Billy's right. This is tremendous value for my last round pick. I chose the most advanced species of any species to ever walk the earth.
You like what people thought the octopus. Oh, wrong group.
I chose the Illuminati. Who'd you just text a picture of dinosaurs to, Billy?
Look at the picture I just sent you. I texted that to a random person.
What do you mean a random person?
I texted it to the wrong group chat.
That's okay. So Billy just texted a picture of the Troodon dinosaur next to an evolved reptilian version of an upright Troodon
I feel like
humanoid dinosaur, and he texted it to the wrong group chat.
If you know Billy, though, like, how surprising is that?
Not surprising at all.
Oh, man.
All right. Big T?
So I'm going Seismosaurus in round 4. This was a dude, had a crazy long tail that it used as a whip. And so it looks pretty cool. So I'm going with it. Round 4, you want one good asset. Mm-hmm. And you hope he develops right. And it's just a badass tail.
Okay.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I like it, dog. You have definitely won this draft. That's just my.
Thank you, Arian. I'll use that in the promo.
Just getting T-Rex and Triceratops. We have nobody to blame but ourselves.
We have to blame. I think we were trying to get too cute with it. I think
we did. Yeah.
If I got pterodactyl, it would have been a conversation.
So on to my pick. I'm gonna stay in the air, man. There's one called the I'm gonna fuck this up. Troodon, and they look just like pterodactyl, so it's just the homies, the cousin. But what's cooler about these ones is they like lived offshore, so they was like prehistoric seagulls. You know what I'm saying? It was like offshore birds. So it's like I got them from both coasts, both birds from both coasts. So we're gonna have a good little session.
I like it, and I think that the Pteranodon. Yes. I think it's actually a better pick than the pterodactyl. I think that the Pteranodon is kind of over discussed when you talk about flying dinosaurs. It's looked at sometimes as the only flying dinosaur, but the Pteranodon, I like its head better. It's got a cooler shaped head, I think.
I agree.
You got the small school version, didn't get all the hype, but then once you get down to the combine, you realize there's a lot more value there.
Yeah, exactly.
Tariq Cohen.
Yeah.
All right. Coley, you got one more?
Yeah. So is this going to be a graphic?
Yep.
Okay. That heavily sways because Billy's been talking about like biggest this, biggest that. We didn't even talk about the actual biggest dinosaurs. So I don't know what Billy's talking about. But since Big T did get so much value, I'm just going to go with what I think looks better on the graphic. And that's Robbie Sinclair. He was the oldest son from the Dinosaurs, the TV show we discussed earlier. He was a varsity letterman, so you know he was an athlete. None of these other dinosaurs have earned their varsity letterman jackets. So yeah, that's Robbie Sinclair. Put it on the graphic.
I like it. Good choices. Good choices all around, except for Billy. Good draft.
Billy's was shit.
You should feel good about it. What about the worst dinosaurs? You guys got any ones that you really hate? I think the biggest sucker dinosaur is the Seismosaurus. So the Seismosaurus, they've only found one fossil, and the fossil that they found of the Seismosaurus had choked on a rock. It was eating a rock, and it died, and that's how they found it. So it's like the biggest sucker by far.
Look, 4th round picks don't always pan out.
Listen, the
way it goes.
I mean, how much dumber can you be? It's embarrassing for that entire species to be represented by this guy. It's like if 100 years from, or 100,000 years from now, they found a fossil of David Carradine, and they were like, humans were mad horny, man. That's crazy. Look at this guy. So it's just, what a loser. You choke on something that you can't even eat. That's tough.
I mean, we don't know what they could or couldn't eat though.
Yeah, maybe they could have digested, but still, like
it's allegedly got a bad batch of rocks, you know.
Yeah.
Some people don't. So we also don't know how long dinosaurs individually lived. So a lot of turtles live up to 200 years. It is very possible that some dinosaurs lived like hundreds of years.
Do you think that humans were dinosaurs' pets because they lived longer than us?
That's a Big T question.
Yeah, Big T, what do you think?
That humans were pets for dinosaurs?
Maybe, that'd be cool.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I was going to say the biggest miss of the draft was the Brachiosaurus. Long neck, chill. Guy just eats off the trees.
But wait, Avery. Billy?
The Argentinosaurus was the largest sauropod and largest creature ever to walk on Earth.
All right.
And it's another shitty fucking name, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's just where they found it.
Yeah, they found him in Argentina. It's like Argentinosaurus. Like, you niggas is whack. Like, they had nothing.
This is the St. Louisaurus.
I just realized that with dinosaurs, I'm like the fan of that artist who like doesn't like people who only like the hits.
Yeah.
No, you're horrible. You're awful.
Damn.
Billy is the old golf and hockey media people who like don't want anybody to have any fun. They're like, if you enjoy this at all, you're not allowed. It's only you have to just do it this way. That's it.
He's like, you like the iguanodon? Well, then name 3 of its natural predators.
I just realized that.
But the iguanodon, by the way, iguanodon was kind of a dork. I looked up pictures of him. He would be good for the Dream Blunt rotation because I think he was the only dinosaur that had thumbs. So he would roll it for you. But he was kind of a goofball, too. He was kind of like chunky. He looked like he had a tuba soundtrack.
He would like roll it, but he'd be like, I don't know if we should be doing this.
He's like, I don't know, really? Guys, I feel like you only invite me over so I can roll this. Yep.
I got beat it. Second dinosaur ever discovered. Iguanodon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, so the early dinosaurs, those to me, I understand where people are coming from with some of the red flags because they didn't have the controls in place that we do now. They didn't have like the body of research to fall back on. It would have been way easier to fake skeletal remains back in the 1800s than it is now. I mean, like people's teeth were fake back then. So I feel like if you're gonna invent something, that would have been the right time to get away with it.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else do we have? Billy, did you pick the Stegosaurus as one of yours? No, I had it listed as a dinosaur that I looked up today.
No.
The Stegosaurus had a fur coat on it, and they think that it evolved into being a sloth. It had just like, it was fur, really fancy fur from its neck down to its knees, is what they're saying. So it was like wearing a giant sick coat, like a pimp coat, pretty much. And then it evolved into a sloth. To me, that
First drip on Earth.
Yeah, exactly. I think that probably would have been the most delicious dinosaur, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah, if it's a sloth, it probably has a lot of fat. Probably not too stringy.
Sloths have fat. They be kind of skinny though.
Would you eat a sloth?
Well, it's not muscle, I guess.
Yeah, it's not muscle. I don't know. I think I'd probably eat a sloth if I had to, but they're cute. So no,
They are cute.
I don't
They
think
can't
I could.
run away.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this big T stuff, man. This.
All right, so
dinosaur
here's the deal.
Humans versus here's the
Deal.
Listen here, buddy.
Dinosaurs are in the Bible. All right, so. No. Don't let me. Here's the deal. Let me get through. I have 2 passages I want to read.
Mm-hmm.
Don't laugh.
I'm definitely gonna laugh.
I'm just telling.
Take
Dinosaurs are in
take
the
your
Bible.
headphones off and just
No, it's fine.
All right,
we're gonna have an open mind about this.
So, so when we did the Hell episode, we talked a lot about the Book of Job, right? And Job was this tortured guy who God tested time and time again. So there's a part in the Book of Job where he is he's kind of like reckoning with God, I guess is the word you'd use, and God is trying to show him that like I'm the boss. Mm-hmm. So he says, he's telling Job that if you can, he's like, hey, I didn't just create humans, I created all these creatures too. Like, go kill one of these, and then like you can do whatever you want. So in Job chapter 40, verse 15, it says, look at Behemoth, which I made along with you, and which feeds on grass like an ox. What strength it has in its loins, what power in the muscles of its belly. This is the key passage. Its tail sways like a cedar. The sinews of its thighs are close knit. Its bones are tubes of bronze. Its limbs like rods of iron. It ranks first among the works of God, yet its maker can approach it with its sword. And then it goes on. So the key passage there is that its tail sways like a cedar. So previously some people hypothesized that this may have been like an elephant or a hippo, but those tails, they're very thin tails, like that, not like a cedar tree at all. What does have a tail like a cedar tree and what does feed on grass like an ox, it was a herbivore, is a brontosaurus, which Billy said earlier didn't exist, but then he 5 minutes later claimed that it did. So that could very well be a brontosaurus being described in Job chapter 40. Now in Job chapter 41, God goes on to describe the Leviathan, which is a sea monster serpent type deal. And he says, I will not fail to speak of Leviathan's limbs, its strength and graceful form. What can strip off its outer coat? Who can penetrate its double coat of armor? Who dares open the doors of its mouth, ringed about with fearsome teeth? Its back has rows of shields tightly sealed together. Each is so close to the next that no air can pass between. Its snorting throws out flashes of light. Its eyes are like the rays of dawn. And some people have hypothesized that the Leviathan being described there could be some sort of semi-aquatic dinosaur, like we talked about the Spinosaurus earlier. Some people think it could be that. Also, so the word dinosaur is obviously not used in the Bible because that word was coined in like 1842, 300 years after the first English translation of the Bible. But the word that is used is the Hebrew word tanniyin, T-A-N-N-I-Y-N, tannin, however that's pronounced. Which is translated as like sea monster or serpent, and then sometimes dragon. So it's like some sort of reptilian creature. And then also, like we described earlier, I think it's very interesting that all those, what's the word I'm looking for? Civilizations around the world had, these dragon legends and these depictions of giant reptiles when they didn't communicate with each other and would have had no idea that those existed elsewhere also.
So wait, was the behemoth on Noah's Ark?
So that's the other thing. We all what? Oh, do we have questions?
I have a constructive question.
Okay, but let me Jesus.
Constructive.
Let me let me go to that point first though. So, the K2 event that he was describing earlier, some people say could have been a meteor. One of the theories is that it was a giant meteor that crashed into the ocean and caused a tidal wave across the earth that killed the dinosaurs, much like a global flood could have been. That's true.
Yeah, but the only thing is, if it was a tidal wave, it would have. I don't think a boat would have survived that because the sea would have been boiling.
Well, we don't know.
Okay. All right.
There's a lot of things in the Bible far more implausible than Noah's Ark surviving a global flood.
Well, maybe not if there's like 2 of every kind of dinosaur.
Well, so that's the other thing. So some people hypothesize that God would have had. So there were a lot of dinosaurs that were small that could have been on the ark, but that God would not have put some of the larger ones on the ark in order to create this new Earth for humans, where there were no like gigantic
pigs get
predators.
fed, hogs get slaughtered. Yeah,
Correct.
Now, my question, was there any mention of a long neck?
Not
On
in
the
not
beast.
in that passage, but we don't. I mean,
Are you thinking wyvern?
No. No, on not the Leviathan, but the beast before that. Was there any mention
the
of long
behemoth.
neck? Yeah.
No, I read pretty much all the physical descriptions. Under the lotus plant, it lies hidden among the reeds in the marsh. Arian mentioned earlier that we think brontosauruses may have lived in swampy conditions, hidden among the reeds in the marsh. The lotus is concealed in their shadow. The poplars by the stream surround it. A raging river does not alarm it. It is secure, though the Jordan should surge against its mouth. Can anyone capture it by the eyes or trap and pierce its nose? That's the passage about the behemoth.
So, as I'm gathering, you think that
I'm not even. I don't know. I'm just saying this is what is in the Bible. I don't even know that I believe that.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, cool.
I find it. I don't find it impossible.
Okay, so the possibility in your mind still stands that giant reptiles roamed the earth less than 6,000 years ago, and there was a flood, a global flood, and God made a big ass boat, and he decided not to put some of them big ass lizards on there.
Yes, because
Gotcha.
I mean we live with gigantic creatures that can kill us now. I don't see why it's so implausible that humans several thousand years ago could have lived with creatures that were like part of the theory that people say there's no way human could live with dinosaurs because they would have just killed them all. But like we live with killer whales and all sorts of things that can kill us now. What? And
You can't point to whales.
Why?
We don't live with whales.
One, we don't live with orcas. Two,
Okay,
orcas
sure.
Are,
That was
orcas,
just the
hold
first-
on, family, hold on. Orcas are known not to kill humans. I think there's like 1 or 2 deaths of all time with
Only
with
at SeaWorld. Yep.
Okay,
Well,
that was
that's
just
because,
the first.
they forced their hand.
What's
Exactly.
an animal that kills people? That was the first one that came to my mind.
Lions.
Hippopotamus.
Sure. Lions, tigers, bears, hippos will fuck you up. So like we live with all those things now, and some of those are we think descendants of dinosaurs.
Okay, so how do you reconcile the fact that the old time thing, we don't date those fossils?
So
as
I don't
6,000 years old?
I don't know what I believe in terms of the age of the Earth. I think there are interesting discussions to be had about the usefulness of carbon dating as it started, and then how things were used to support a viewpoint that was already established after that. But I'm not a geologist. I don't know about all that. I don't have a stance on that either way. But if you do believe in a young Earth and that God created the Earth in 6 days, then those things in the Bible would support dinosaurs living with humans. I don't know that I believe that the Earth is 6,000 years old, but yeah.
I got a homeboy who is a Bible fundamentalist, and he thinks dinosaurs are fake. He don't think they're real.
Well, I think they're. Well, you wanted to talk about that, but I think there's. I mean, I definitely think dinosaurs are real.
So I just get the feeling that if dinosaurs had existed in the biblical times, or when people were writing about the Bible, there would probably be depictions of dinosaurs in ancient books and writings.
Well, that's what we think some dragon things might be.
Okay, all right. Well, you listen. I don't have anything to disprove that the Leviathan or the what was the other one? Behemoth was a dinosaur. So
I thought it was interesting.
My Snopes is saying mostly false.
Oh well, that's who we're gonna trust is Snopes. Give me a break.
Mostly false.
Big Snopes.
Yeah, you should have just called the New York Times while you were at it.
Or CNN or any of those
Correct.
leftist bullshit
Correct.
organizations.
You nailed it.
Wait, Snopes is leftist?
Let's get Sean
It's owned by
Hannity
Soros.
on here to figure out if dinosaurs are real or not.
It's just the lamestream media.
I got you. So, okay, behemoth, possibly
What
a
is
dinosaur.
and also what does mostly false mean? I mean, it's a binary.
Well, I didn't want to get into the whole aspect of, the possibility of dinosaurs which are proven to have been on Earth, 60 million, 100 million, 250 million years ago.
But again, that could, if we're operating under the assumption that you are already going off a young Earth framework, because obviously if we just say, oh, well, these are dated, I don't want to get into all that because I'm not well versed in it, but if
I am operating under the premise.
If you're a Bible purist, you have to, like, if you're a Bible fundamentalist, you have to believe that it's around 6,000 years when you follow the lineage of.
Well, I don't think that's 100% true. I think a lot of people do think that.
Find me a Bible fundamentalist that believes in a young Earth that doesn't think it's like 6,000 years.
No. No, you're right. I'm saying I don't think in order to believe in the Bible, I don't think you have to believe that the Earth is 6,000.
Well, yeah, that's why I said
that's not what I'm
fundamentalist.
Yeah.
fundamentalist.
Okay, that's what I was saying. But yeah, no, if you do believe in a young Earth, that's like 6,000 to 8,000 years.
But I'll put it this
young
way:
Earth.
I think it's more likely that that we're living in a simulation right now than it is that dinosaurs lived on the Earth at the same time as humans. I think it's
Okay.
I'll go. I think it's more likely that Jesus was a dinosaur than that Jesus, the human being, lived at the same time as dinosaurs.
It would have been before Jesus.
The only thing that I agree with what you said, there is a lot of real evidence for a massive flood occurring across multiple different cultures. Mesopotamians. No. Like, and there's
zero evidence for a global flood.
Not a global flood, but like a large localized flood in the Middle East.
Sure things flood.
Yeah, but a very large one. Like something about the Caspian Sea and the division of the Pangea.
To say a section of an area flooded is very different than a global flood claim.
That's why I mean a very large flood that affected many cultures. I think the Indus, the Indus Valley, which is now mostly arid desert, was at one point like a very promising farmland and was very humid. And if a ton of water, just like, it's very possible.
How much do you guys think it would cost to like start up a dinosaur hunting operation?
Well, first we'd have to create some dinosaurs.
But you know what I mean.
Like
you
bones?
talking about like excavation, like digging them
Excavation, yeah. Oh, you're talking about like grow your own just to dig their bones up?
Just grow your own dinosaurs and then have like a dinosaur hunting ranch.
Well, you know about the dinosaur that they think might live in the Congo River Basin, right?
Oh yeah, another.
I forget what it's
like
called.
Nessie.
Yeah. It's like a Nessie, like plesiosaur.
It's
long neck.
Tell you what, let's get into the fake dinosaurs and then into dinosaur engineering. But before we do that, Billy, you wanted to talk about a meal service that you're using, right?
So recently, Green Chef kindly sent me some of their product, and Green Chef is the first USDA certified organic meal company. Enjoy clean ingredients you can trust and seasonally sourced for peak freshness. Green Chef makes eating well easy and affordable with plans to fit every lifestyle. Whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, or just looking to eat healthier, there's a range of recipes to suit any diet or preference. So during the pandemic, I got extremely fat. During quarantine, I garnered the name Belly Football, which I very agree with. So I tried to get back on looking slim and not looking gigantically obese. So I turned to ketosis, and with ketosis there's a lot of preparation involved, and honestly, Green Chef does most of the preparation for you. All you have to do is cook up the ingredients they send you, and it's very fast and easy and organized so that you can, really actually stick to your diet plan and get it going. I was at one point I was 240 pounds.
Ew.
And through heavy exercise and a lot of help from Green Chef and ketosis, I was able to get down to a good weight, currently 210. So it works. It works. And honestly, go to greenchef.com. 90 macrodosing and use code 90 macrodosing to get $90 off, including free shipping.
So I actually made one of their meals and brought it over. You know, Kate had a baby recently. Kate and my friend Pat from Hard Factor, they had a newborn. And I wanted to bring them like some food so that they didn't have to worry about what they were going to eat for dinner that night. They didn't have to worry about getting delivery. Make it just like simple as possible. I made the togarashi pork and rice bowl. So easy to do. It's the ingredients are very simple. They make it very easy to understand how to put like a really solid world-class meal together. Really easy to do. Made it, took about 30 minutes to prepare, took it over. They loved it. I looked like a hero, but in reality, it was just basically like made for me already. But it's super easy to do. If I can do it, then anybody can do it.
It's an alley-oop.
What's that?
I say you just told on yourself, man.
Yeah. Kate, please rewind 20 seconds and then fast forward 30 seconds. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right. So let's get into some of the heavy shit here. You want to get into the fake dinosaur belief?
A lot of people have been seeing dinosaurs across history. We have very famous Nessie, the Loch Ness monster, which is thought to be a plesiosaur, one of the long necks. And
I thought relatively recent that the dude that first said or talked about the Loch Ness monster, he came out and said that it was a hoax, like right before he died or something like that.
Yeah. It was a branch. It was like a branch in the water, and he took a picture, and everybody was so bored for shit to get excited about that they said there was a dinosaur living in a tiny lake.
And there was mythical precedent that a serpent lived in the lake and whatnot, but many people have explained it with seals jumping out of the water and whatnot. And then, there's Lake Champlain. I forget what that, Champ. His name's Champ. And he's another thought to be plesiosaur that's still around. And then there is the Congo Basin plesiosaur.
I mean, it's
Congo Monster, it's called.
It's such an easy way to get people to visit your shitty lake if you just start a rumor that there's a giant like serpent living in there.
Fire.
Mokele Mbembe.
Okay. But yeah, so that's a fake dinosaur. But what I'm getting at is there has been a rise of people that think that dinosaurs are completely fake in the last 6 years. And it started really when Jurassic World came out. Was that the most... No. What was the one that came out in 2015? I think it was Jurassic World.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, the one with Jimmy Fallon holding the margaritas in it.
Jimmy Fallon's in that movie?
Yeah. He gets dive bombed by a pterodactyl.
I don't remember that. I'd have to go rewatch it.
Yeah, he's like an extra, and he's just holding these giant margaritas, and then he gets dive bombed, and then he's in it for like half a second. But yeah, there started to be a whole lot of conspiracy theories. Who's that guy in the NFL? Played on the Rams.
Oh, William Hayes.
William Hayes thinks that dinosaurs.
I remember on Hard Knocks.
Are completely made up.
Oh, I mean, let's give credit to the original, Carl Everett.
That's right. What did Carl Everett say?
Carl Everett was just like, he said he never saw one, so they couldn't have existed.
Solid logic.
It's not a bad way to look at life in general. Like out of sight, out of mind for everything.
Yeah, he's only dealing with shit that pertains to him and only him.
Yeah.
That's honestly, if you're in the NFL, like that's a great thing to tell front offices. Like that would be that's a question they'd ask at the combine. You're like, I don't believe in dinosaurs. I just hit football players. Like I just see what's in front of me.
Just hit football players.
Like I just play football, man. I don't dinosaurs. Don't worry about it. Nothing.
I do think that is probably a really happy way to live, dog. Just if you just like, if I don't see it, it's not real, man. That's just probably a great place to be. You just don't have any stress. It's just stress free. You just walk around and it's there. Everything that's alive is right there. I'm gonna adapt that.
Tornadoes, not real. Never seen one.
Never seen one.
Doesn't happen. Nope.
Did you guys ever do any version of like fossil hunting growing up? Like I had a really bad sense of false hope with dinosaurs. Like we went on a field trip and they gave us like these like little pails and like brushes or whatever, and I sat for hours trying to find something. Nothing.
What do you think they would have done if you had found something? Would you have gotten to keep it, or would the adults have come by and be like, "Thank you for your labor"?
They would have hit me with like the Men in Black, thing, where it's like, "All right, you didn't see anything."
Yeah. For me, it was like that with arrowheads. Like you go down to like a park near a creek or something, And you look for arrowheads, and then people would swear that they found one time because they found a rock that was a triangle.
You know what I'm skeptical of? 4-leaf clovers.
You don't think they exist?
I mean, I'm just skeptical, bro, because I've never seen. I used to look for hours for them shits when I was growing up. Could never find one.
Gotta go to Ireland.
Why, are there more there?
Yeah.
Is that why?
Supposedly.
I think. What do you mean supposedly? I feel like there's probably more 4-leaf clovers in the United States.
Well, where are the most clovers?
Probably in the United States.
You've got a 10,000 to 1 estimated statistical odds of finding a 4-leaf clover on your first try.
Damn.
Probably pretty high for your whole life.
Yeah, I know people that have found multiple 4-leaf clovers.
I think I stopped looking at like age 8.
The hardest one's the first.
That's true. The second one, it's like just 500 to 1.
You know where to look.
Yeah, exactly. This quote kind of sums it up for me a little bit. I read an article about the rising tide of not believing in dinosaurs, and this post came on a parenting website called Mumsnet, and you know that's where you're going to get some fire takes. Is just like crunchy granola mom websites, message boards. They have all the worst ideas, and then they've got thousands of people that will back them up on their worst ideas. So this user said it was like the biggest post of 2015 on this website. Thousands of replies. The science behind them is pretty flimsy with dinosaurs. I, for one, do not want my children being taught lies. Nothing about dinosaurs is suitable for children, from their total lack of family values through to their non-existence from any serious scientific point of view. Any proper look at the facts will reveal that dinosaurs simply never existed. Dinosaurs hanging out. So, yeah, that's basically like what she said about the family values part was my favorite part, actually.
Right. How can dinosaurs not have family values?
She got upset because, like, where are the fathers? They're just leaving the eggs behind.
Coley, the dinosaur family on that TV had great family values.
Tremendous.
That's what I'm saying. It was one of the greatest families of all time.
Yeah, nothing about them is suitable for children. She's mad because she's taught, like, if dinosaurs were a TV show, I could understand. It's too violent. You don't want your kids necessarily to watch dinosaurs just running around eating each other, but that was what the Earth was about back when they existed. And this lady just didn't. I think just mom forums in general are one of the biggest low-key sources of misinformation in the world these days.
The more I'm thinking about it, that may have just been a Kyle Bauer post in that, like 7 years ago.
Yeah, just waiting, just a ticking time bomb waiting for somebody to uncover it.
I can't imagine the bombs he's planted in like mom Facebook groups across the internet.
There is over 81 forum discussions on bodybuildingforum.com about dinosaurs.
Okay, give me.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
Give me a solid one.
Are rhinocerosauruses dinosaurs?
Rhinoceros.
That's a great one. My favorite bodybuilding post of all time is how many days are there in a week?
It's the greatest internet thing of all time.
Just a month-long debate over if there are 7 or 8 days, or no, 6 or 7 days in
There's
a week.
a great video on it. The guy breaks down the whole thing. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Very funny stuff.
I'm so confused as to why is there confusion about
So they were talking about like doing a cycle of steroids or something or like what, and they were like, so if you do, they're like, you need to do it twice a day for 4 weeks or something, and somehow that spun into somebody's like, okay, well you need to take it this day, this day, this day, and then they somehow came to the conclusion that there were 6 days in a week. And this guy's like, no, pal, it's 7. He's like, no, you need to check your math on that. And for like weeks, these people went, we'll like have to post the video or something. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God.
It's from like 2004 maybe. Like, it's hysterical.
That's when message boards were popping.
Yeah.
Popping.
We might need to do an early internet episode because
that'd be great.
When people finally figured out how stupid that other people who are stupid exist.
Yep.
Like me.
I literally had internet beef on a message board when I was like fucking 12.
Dude, the Flame Wars, it was serious business back in the day.
Yeah. And then the AIM chat rooms, the age sex location, ASL.
The chat roulette.
No, didn't do that.
I had
that's too late.
I did rap battles. They had a rap battle chat room.
Well, I guess I didn't live on I've never been on the
No,
internet.
that's why we need to
Yeah.
update you on all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like I got booted from AOL for a couple weeks because I was too real in the chat rooms, and I was abusive to this one guy that cried, and so then my parents were
First,
like, yeah,
first canceled guy on the internet.
I got canceled. It can happen to anyone out there. I still remember the guy's name. It was Smooth with like 8 O's and a V at the end of it. I just roasted the shit out of him. And he basically had to retire from the internet. He never showed his face around the internet anymore. I looked up a chart of, it's like an infographic of people that don't believe in dinosaurs and what their other interests are. What would you say would be like the overlapping interests of a lot of people that don't believe that dinosaurs existed?
Church.
Christianity.
Nope.
Wow, we went straight for that.
Nope. You'd be wrong.
Okay. All right, give me another crack.
Okay.
It would be Bigfoot.
It's soccer. It's soccer. It's soccer. Basically, everybody that doesn't believe in dinosaurs loves soccer. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you got to see your Lord and Savior Neymar every weekend, why would you believe in anything else?
Should we get troops in here?
Yeah, we should probably. I bet you
He's probably
troops.
here.
I
Can you
bet
text
you.
it? Does anyone have his number?
I bet you troops doesn't believe in dinosaurs.
We should text.
I
him.
want to find out either way, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know why this is, but the biggest circle on this list it's soccer fans, and I don't know if that means that a higher percentage of soccer fans don't believe in dinosaurs, or if it's just like the other way around, where if you don't believe in dinosaurs, you're also a soccer fan.
There's just so many soccer fans. I think that's what it is.
The odds of like you could just kind of correlate anything with it. Yeah. Well, what is the top three? What is the top three?
So I'm just having to like eyeball it here because they don't have it listed. So based on the size of the circle, it's soccer, it's games. I don't know what games means. And then this is actually very funny. The third one is wrestling. And I like to believe that that's professional wrestling fans. And they're like, yo, that's bullshit. Dinosaurs, that's not real.
Well, it's what they can see in front of them.
Yeah, it's
So
true.
we need to get Brandon and troops.
That
Object
man got
permanence.
body slammed. That's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually went to school with a girl who didn't believe in dinosaurs, and I just looked her up on Instagram to see what she's doing now.
Yeah, what is she up to?
It looks like
she plays soccer.
Yeah.
Posting
Yeah.
on those
it looks
boards.
like she sells insurance,
Oh.
Okay.
which I mean, great.
Good for her, yeah.
You should hit her. Dox her. No, I'm just
No,
joking.
come on.
But yeah, I remember. She made it very well known that she did not believe in dinosaurs.
So I think it's just like people always want to feel like they're smarter than what they're being taught sometimes. It just feels good to be like, you're not pulling one over on me. But so jumping back to this mom, the biggest conspiracy theory and lie that moms are directly responsible for, Santa Claus. Santa Claus is actually like the biggest conspiracy that's ever existed in the history of the world, maybe. Because adults just get together and they all agree to lie to their kids about something. That is, if you want to get into a fucking conspiracy theory, that is the very definition of a conspiracy theory. And it's a wonder that we don't all grow up with huge trust issues after finding out that our parents, which by the way, Santa Claus is still real if you're a child listening to this show.
Yeah, for the 7-year-olds listening. So this is something I'm having to deal with, like in the very short-term future with a 1-year-old, and like I've always thought, like, how do I go about it? Because the idea, it's like a good lie in a way, but there's also some truth. Like there is truth to Santa, you know what I mean? Like there are Saint Nick, and there's the whole gift-giving aspect of it. Like there are truths there to draw on. So I don't know if I just want to say like, yeah, we celebrate this guy who died a long time ago, and here are your gifts. Like I feel like that's the best way to do it without lying.
What about you, Arian? What's your policy on Santa?
As far as what's concerned, I mean, I definitely have thoughts about it.
As far as a parent goes.
Oh, I think there's so little joys in this world, dog, that shit really brings little kids joy, and so I don't tell them. Like they'll figure it out. Somebody will tell them, and I just don't think it's that pertinent of information.
So
Like it's not like oh, I gotta tell them the truth and keep it real with them. Nah, man, they think a big white dude running around giving gifts all that. Do whatever you feel, man. So you'll figure it out.
I agree with that mindset actually. Like I understand it's a positive thing, But it's still also like this mom is like we can't lie to our kids about dinosaurs existing. Dinosaurs give kids joy. Fucking love dinosaurs. Billy's face has just been lit up this entire time during the episode because he's just thinking about how cool they are. Like it gives kids a lot of joy.
It's almost creepy joy though. Like nobody loves them as much as I do. Like.
I didn't realize how much I love dinosaurs till this was reemerged on me today.
But
I had you remind me. Well, I had this, and that's why I relate to you, Billy. I had this. I might have said this. I don't know if I did, but I had a CD. I did say this maybe about DMX. I don't know. I had a CD when I was a kid of cannabis. It was like an underground rapper. Like nobody knew about him, and like I got the CD first, and everybody wanted to get the CD. Well, one of the homies ended up getting the CD, and I was like so upset that he got it too. That I scratched it. I scratched this fucking CD. My bad, dog. So I get it, Billy. I mean, I grew out of it, but I definitely get it.
Yeah, it was one of those things where like my love of dinosaurs, like once you started playing like sports, it was kind of like, dude, what the fuck? Like, who cares about dinosaurs?
You had to choose. Like some people have to choose between a girlfriend and their friends. You had to choose between sports and dinos.
Yeah,
practice and looking at books of dinosaurs.
Yeah, I was just like, this kid's weird, man. Like, and then anyway.
No, I mean, people always say liking XYZ is not a personality. I actually do think that loving dinosaurs counts as a personality.
Yeah,
especially in this case here. But, yeah, Aaron.
I was gonna say there's like 4 things as kids that kind of like dictate your life, and it's like the things that you like. You either like monster trucks, or like dinosaurs is definitely one, or like astronaut shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of like guides who you become.
Yeah, I wonder if there's been any studies done on kids that were really passionate about dinosaurs compared to ones who were really passionate, like you said, about space or being an astronaut, and like see how that breaks down as they get older. See what kind of interest they get into.
That would be interesting, actually.
Instead of like the astrology shit, maybe like the stuff that you're really passionate about as a kid. That means more as to what your personality will become when you get older.
Trucks, Tonka trucks.
What else was there? There's like baseball. I feel like baseball was big for little kids.
I think it's just lumping sports.
Sports.
Yeah.
What about like the kids who could build anything with like kinetics or like Lincoln Logs? Like those had to
Lego.
Those Rector sets.
Yeah.
Those kids were kind of weird.
Definitely.
Well, the
kids
they
were
the
really
kids,
good at it. It was kind of a red flag.
No, that's what you know what it is. It's that they had to play alone, so they needed something that could occupy them.
So did I. I sucked at those things.
Yeah.
There was
video games should be one. Video games
is probably one. Computers is becoming that way too, where kids just get like really passionate about electronics.
Yeah.
What else is there? What are the other GOAT hobbies? What were you really into when you were a kid, Big T?
Literally just sports. Like my entire life, the only thing I've really like cared about is sports.
Yeah, I liked dinosaurs, sports, and airplanes.
Oh,
Fucking loved airplanes.
Fighter planes.
Yeah.
The Intrepid.
Yeah.
Going to the Intrepid was like sick.
What about you, Avery? What were you into?
Trains were awesome. Trains. My aunt's father had a giant train set in his house, like insane, like with like the crazy mountains and all the houses set up. It was sick, and they're super expensive. Like the legit sets, like with like the huge master controls. It was insane.
So my stepdad actually has an entire fucking city that he built, and he has a whole room just for a train set. And like he gets drunk like every Friday, and he puts on his train conductor hat, and like I think it has. I'm dead ass serious. It's not hyperbolic. I think he has like this thing. Maybe he might be on a spectrum, but like he loves to watch shit go around. Right? He just loves to watch. Like sometimes he'll go in the fucking. Never mind. I ain't gonna say. I ain't gonna divulge that one. But like so he loves watching trains just like go around, and like he literally built like a city. There's an amusement park. There's a movie theater. Like it all lights up individually. He fucking paints the people. There's like a farm. It's like the dopest shit in the world. And like, I was like, I don't have the patience to do anything even close to that. But it's such a dope thing once it's all put together. It's really dope.
Do you think that he thinks he's God when he walks into that room?
That would be fire.
Like that's why he likes it, because he is in charge. I created all this.
It's a civilization.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna flood it all.
Yeah. He just gets hammered and starts pissing on stuff. Yeah.
firefighters, like
Firefighters,
construction.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really dope though. It's really dope.
Things are pretty simple when you're a kid. Like
So
the
simple.
stuff that you can get really into, it's actually all cool stuff. Like getting really into the mailman.
Yep.
Like that's anything that's in a book, like a
Const-
children's cartoon book where it's like describing
Goosebumps.
a town.
Fucking
Goosebumps are like
Goosebumps.
anything the Berenstain Bears have written
Oh,
about.
yeah.
Well, no, all the village people.
Village people.
But like, how they each have a different costume.
Construction equipment was sick
Gotcha.
too. Like the big diggers, the ones that would like take up like massive parts of land and
Yeah.
like, oh my god, the pavers, those are sick too.
I thought you were saying you were just into the village people as a kid.
No. But like, how they're all dressed up as like, oh wow.
No, I got you. I got you. It was just funny. Like it's an odd hobby.
Oh,
Billy,
jeez.
which one would you be?
I just really,
Which village person would
I
you be?
have no idea. I just knew that there was a bunch of people dressed up in like firefighters, police officers,
Yeah.
like cowboys, Indians, and then I just Googled them like 20 years later. I was like, oh, it's kind of that kind of vibe.
Yeah. Big time.
Definitely that vibe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Big time vibes. One of the first.
There was actually a Berenstain Bears about the dinosaur bone. It was about dinosaurs, and somebody stole the dinosaur bone from the museum. They went all around town accusing everybody. It was like it's like the Kirk Minahan podcast, except for a bone. You know who ended up doing it at the end? It was the dog. The dog took the bone because it just thought it was a treat. So, spoiler alert for anyone out there that hasn't finished the case of the missing dinosaur bone yet. But yeah,
I'm not a fan of the Bernstein Bears.
really.
Why?
I hate them.
Whoa,
I just always pictured them in my head as like whiny little kids. That's always how I pictured it in my head. I mean, I don't even know if they are, but it's just like there was always like.
Hey guys, how do you spell Bernstein?
We're not getting into that right now. Billy.
Mandela effect. I'm
Yeah.
with you. I'm with you, dog.
Yep.
Just wanted to-
There is a sense of entitlement from the Berenstain Bear family, though, because they call each other mother bear, father bear, brother bear, sister bear. They think that they're the center of the universe, of the bear universe, and everybody else in town has a name. They're the only ones that get to go by brother, sister, father, mother. So
Are they the most famous bears? They have a point.
the teddy bear,
Teddy Bear, that's a good one.
But it's not really a character. It's more
Smokey
of like
the bear.
Yeah, Gail
Smokey
Sayers.
Okay, I'll give
Yogi,
you. Smokey might
Yogi.
be. Okay.
William
They're-
Perry.
they're-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big Cat. He's kind of a bear
He's kind of a bear.
in certain communities.
Not a fan of Bernstein or Stein.
Yeah, Stain. It's Stain, right? AIN.
It's Beren Stain.
Stain. The Berenstain Bears.
Bernstein? It's not Stein?
No,
No.
that's the Mandela effect because you think it's STEIN. Everyone thinks that.
And you think it's spelled bear in the beginning when it's really Beren.
Yep. We're gonna wrap up in a second. Before we do, Arian has something near and dear. Well, I was gonna say near and dear to your heart that you want to talk about. I don't know where your heart's
Well,
located, but it's
I
near
mean,
and dear to
it's-
something.
It's definitely what makes the decision sometimes. But you definitely need to get on this Manscaped shit, man. I know this we reading the ad, but I use this shit and it's amazing because and this ain't even on. I'm off script right now, but the reason why it's so much better because what I used to do, I used to have edgers, right? I used to have edgers, like where I edge my face up, and I used to just clean up down there, and I always get nicked, right? But this Manscaped shit when it came out, it's just amazing, dog. And so let me actually read the ad. After using these life-changing products, you're going to want to join a Ballsack beauty contest. I'm looking out for you too, because I have an exclusive 20% off discount. Use the code DOSE, D-O-S-E, at manscaped.com. Manscaped is dedicated to helping you level up your full body grooming game with their Perfect Package 3.0. The Perfect Package 3.0 comes with the Essential Lawnmower 3.0 waterproof cordless body trimmer and a ton of other liquid formulations to round you out in your grooming routine. And that's the dopest shit about this is that you can take it in the water. And I was skeptical about doing it in the shower, but family, you can actually take it in the shower, and I does that. When you finish the hedges, The tree stands taller. Inside the perfect package, you'll also find the Manscaped crop preserver, ball deodorant. Make sure your balls are smelling majestic before your Tinder date. I don't recommend Tinder at all. You'll also find the crop reviver, ball toner, a spray-on testy toner that's designed to make your balls smell irresistible. Be sure to add their refined cologne to your arsenal. With the perfect package or performance package purchase, you get 2 free gifts: the Shed travel bag, $39 value add, and the patented high performance reduced chafing Manscaped boxers. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code DOSE, DOSE, at manscaped.com. Do yourself a favor and always use the right tools for your bush trimming experience. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code DOSE, DOSE, at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com, and use the code DOSE. It's 2021 and you still got bush. Change that with Manscaped.
One last thing to get to, the dinosaur wars. Well, it's actually the dinosaur wars and then the future of dinosaur wars when it comes to making your own dinosaurs, which I'm on the record, we should have made Jurassic Park by now. How has there been a 25-year lag in between when the movie came out and us just now talking about potentially creating dinosaurs? It's ridiculous.
This your worst idea you've ever had?
No,
Terrible.
I've had worse. I think that we should remake the Titanic and write in bigger letters underneath, "God can't sink this ship, pussy," and sail it on the exact same course with the exact same technology.
This is worse than that. It's fucking hilarious.
Also, same amount of lifeboats.
Yeah, no, the exact same. We should run it back. Some billionaire is going to do it. Like, I'm surprised Richard Branson hasn't done that yet. It seems like something that he would be into. But let's talk first about the Dino Wars. And I know Billy did some research. You guys probably know some stuff about it. I don't know that much about it, so I'll let you guys take it.
Go ahead, Billy.
So there's 2 dudes, with awesome names. Edward Drinker Cope, and Othniel Charles Marsh. And these 2 dudes, one guy was at the Academy of Natural Sciences at Philadelphia. The other guy was in charge of the Peabody Museum of Natural History at Yale. And they were both paleontologists that use underhanded methods to try to outdo the other in the field. So they were bribing people, like stealing things, destroying bones, literally influencing parts of like the Native American wars to try to get bones. Like there was evidence of them trying to steal bones from the Black Hills while it was currently a war zone regarding gold and mining in the area. They did make immense discoveries in 50 almost. So Cope discovered 56 new dinosaur species while Marsh discovered 80. Marsh simply had more men and money at his disposal than Cope, and Cope had a broader set of paleontological interests. Basically, what these guys started fighting about is, one believed in evolution. Marsh supported Charles Darwin's theory of evolution by natural selection, while Cope was a firm supporter of neo-Lamarckism, which isn't successful genes get passed down to the next generation, but if you earn, like, for example, giraffes, the reasons this is under neo-Lamarckism, giraffes got longer necks because they kept trying to stretch their necks longer to reach the taller trees, and because of that constant stretching, it just slowly over time got longer.
Wait, but wouldn't that be like every generation of giraffes would be born with a small neck and then they'd have to stretch their own neck out? Or are you saying, like, if you become it,
Yeah.
in your way of thinking, like, if you get jacked enough,
Yeah.
then your kid will inherit the level ups that you've gotten in
Right.
life because you leveled up yourself?
But basically, this was disproven by if you chopped off like someone's arm and they had a child, that child had both arms. So that's how they.
I would not want to have been part of that study.
Well, they did it with like animals. Who
Right.
knows? But it's a disproven theory of
Okay.
a replacement for evolution. But Yeah, they really fought a lot on this. Back then, they really had no idea what a lot of stuff we have today, but they got a lot of bones, and they put them together. They're, when both of them died, they both had these boxes of bones they were hoarding because they knew that some of the bones were actually like the missing pieces of the other one's bone skeletons. So like he was like he can't finish his T-Rex without like its third rib. So like I'm hoarding this bone.
I got a dumb question, Billy. Why didn't they just work together?
Because man is stupid.
Because we petty as fuck. That's why.
Dinosaurs are smart.
So they could have helped each other out, but they just had too much pride. They wanted to be known as the Bone Guy.
Yep. The Bone Wars.
Yeah.
It was
and now
really
they're known as both the Bone Guys, and they could have just worked together. Unreal.
The Bone Bros. They could have been.
Yeah.
The Bone Bros. Has anybody ever had bone broth? This is a little off topic.
Isn't that just broth?
What's oxtail?
I thought that they actually like open the bones and they actually like scrape
Oh, the
whatever.
marrow?
The marrow?
Bone marrow.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Bone broth. Yeah, bone marrow. That's what I meant.
Yeah, so I mean, bone broth is a thing too. It's like a trendy drink to have, but I just assume that all broth is made from bones, so it's probably pretty close to being the same. I have had marrow though. Marrow is, I don't know, it's okay.
I like it, man. I really like it. Actually.
My mom makes a killer soup out of the Thanksgiving turkey carcass after like all the meat's off it.
Yeah, it's bone broth, I guess in a way. I'm not gonna hate on that because I do that every single year too. That's my favorite part. Make a Thanksgiving soup afterwards. So the bone wars.
I'm so sick of turkey, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was gonna go off on turkeys. I fucking turkeys is the most overrated food in our culture, dog. It's trash. Turkey is trash. It's just a part of our whatever culture, you know what I'm saying, whatever tradition we have with carving. Turkey sucks. Turkey actually sucks.
You're not having
always
the
dry.
right turkey.
And even when it's
When
it's not dry, it's still dry.
You know what would be a good use for turkeys instead of eating them? Genetically engineering them into dinosaurs.
No.
Agreed.
It's not okay.
We'll get to that real quick, Billy. Arian, you're wrong. You've never had deep fried turkey.
I have
No.
I've had deep fried turkey. I've had deep fried Cajun turkey. I've had it all, bro. Like I am astonished at how much people pretend to like turkey.
I love
To
deep fried
Arian's
turkey.
point too, people only eat turkey once a year. It is not, if you liked it that much, you'd eat it more often.
What about putting it in sandwiches?
That's completely different. They talk about like the actual, and that stinks too. It's not as good as ham. It's not as good as any of its
It's not
competition.
the best. It's low tier deli meat, but like the turkey that we fucking eat, that shit sucks. It
Terrible.
fucking sucks.
No,
it's not good.
The reason why we only eat it once or twice a year is because you can't casually make a turkey for your family. You're going to end up with pounds and pounds of leftovers. You can't eat an entire turkey
That's
in one sitting.
actually efficient, which actually be better for your family, especially if you're scraping together for meals and you can cook a big turkey. And people hand out turkeys in the hood all the time because it's cost efficient. It's like they last.
It's a pain in the ass to carve up. It takes a while. It's a big production to make. It takes forever to bake. You might as well bake a chicken. You might as well roast a chicken. And it takes like
good,
a half the time. Turkey, I am an expert level deep fried turkey guy. I will make a turkey that will make your skin melt. I will make a turkey that will make your toast cry. I make the best turkey in the entire world. I'm confident in that.
Well, I'm coming to your crib for Thanksgiving, dog. It's just gonna be me. I'm just gonna be some random black dude at your family's house. Be like, my man said he's gonna hook me up. I leave after my plate.
No, you are welcome. I will
That
make.
would be great for the show.
Yeah, it would be.
Coming.
Yeah, I will make.
Thanksgiving
I make
episode.
the best turkey ever, so I get a little offended about that. But Billy, you were saying that we can genetically engineer turkeys now. I do think that we should make. We have the technology. We just had Billy's hero on the other week, the LeBron James of biohacking and genetic engineering on. We should be at the point where we make dinosaurs now.
So basically, there's been a bunch of different tests on chicken embryos to turn off different genes to see what happens, and there's been about four experiments. One, they were able to turn a chicken's beak into something that looked more like a crocodile's snout. Then they were then able to give the chickens more scales like proto feathers, which are halfway between scales and feathers, and they were also able to give chickens teeth. So if you did all of those, you'd create a chicken with scales, teeth, a more of a bill, more of like a snout than a beak, and it would basically be a dinosaur. Think about
Well, they are descended, so
it. Yeah.
I mean, I just that's just when you start doing shit like that. I mean, we gonna fuck it up. Something stupid gonna happen. There's just no.
Do you think like Josiah could do this?
I'm straight. Seems like a very cool dude. I'm not gonna be around rooting for fucking geneticists to make dinosaurs.
We also birds. So there was two types of dinosaurs. One had lizard hips, and the other had bird hips, and that's how we know that birds come from dinosaurs. And also they lay eggs, and so like the whole warm-blooded thing. So birds have different blood than reptiles, in that they're able to keep themselves hot and live in more arid, colder environments, and that's how dinosaurs were, certain species.
What's the harm in creating a dinosaur? Answer me this. What would be the real world harm in genetically engineering just one
That's
T-Rex?
that's the harm. Because if we had bone wars, right? Them niggas was making shit up, stealing people's shit just to try to get bones. What do you think is gonna happen when you give the green light to genetically engineer an entirely new animal, and some scientists from across the pond be like, well, I'm gonna do it too, and some others, well, I'm gonna do it too, and I'm gonna make them bigger and I'm gonna make them better, and you just get a shit show of like, yo, they're gonna make a T-Rex and you're gonna eat niggas like.
And make them nuclear while I got the chance.
They fuck around like
Godzilla.
There was this one I was reading up on like some of the tests that they've done for like gene splicing and stuff. Like they did this one. It was really cool. It was like bioluminescent frogs, and so like they made them actually like glow. It's really dope shit. But when you get like crazy people who are ambitious and smart, this is a recipe for disaster. Like we gonna fuck it up.
All right, basically you're saying we can do it, just don't let Elon Musk near it, because he would be Elon.
No, I'm saying we can't do it.
That's the danger.
This is literally what happened in Transformers. They tried to genetically engineer a Transformer, and then a war started again.
See, I could see Elon Musk starting a war because he tried to do he went one step too far in designing his dinosaur.
By the way,
one guy that we all agree upon, that you'll be closely monitored. The dinosaur will exist in this pinned area. It will be this will be the dinosaur location. Because imagine this, Arian, we have the technology right now to make dinosaurs, and you might die and never see a dinosaur, and then like one generation later, they get all the dinos that they want. They get to go to the zoo and see Brachiosaurus hanging out and see the cool-ass Spinosaurus that's way bigger than the T-Rex. And maybe that's just me being jealous of the next generation, but there's no denying that it would be awesome.
I am 1,000% okay with never seeing a dinosaur.
By the way, there's an amusement park in Virginia that is a Civil War reenactment with dinosaurs. And in it, they have like soldiers getting eaten by T-Rexes and all sorts of stuff.
I agree with Arian. I think they're just going to get hungry. They're just going to get hungry to make more, and it's going to be bad.
It's like the most recent Jurassic Park movie was about them militarizing the dinosaurs they made and how poorly that goes. I think that's exactly why. It's not even just Elon Musk. It's everyone.
But they'd be pretty...
Has there ever been anything made in humanity that doesn't eventually get weaponized against somebody and something?
I don't think
like,
that good weapons.
There's nothing. Planes, cars, trains, guns. There's nothing that we've invented that's really fucking dope that doesn't get weaponized. Phones, radio.
Right. The internet we're using right now is a byproduct of the military. Like
100%.
Yeah. Podcasts. That too. Seriously, everything.
I know.
Everything
but
does.
It would be pretty easy to stop a T-Rex in a war-like scenario.
There's just simply no way that you can prove that.
You just take a tank and hit it with one of those tank rockets.
Just shoot it. You're just saying shoot it.
Yeah.
I don't think that you can make like a missile that would lock on to a T-Rex. Maybe you can. I don't know.
Wouldn't be that hard.
The statement that you made is just so preposterous. I feel like a fool responding to it.
What if the niggas was like way quicker than we anticipated, and this is 50-foot fucking Steph Curry that could just like dodge a rocket? Like we just don't know them niggas, the big ass muscles. There's just too many unknowns, and there's no point. What would be the point? Why the fuck would we dig up old problems? We got enough problems. You gonna make some more? Nah, stop it.
Maybe it would be again.
This is a white people thing.
It could, yeah. When Billy said like Civil War reenactment with animatronic dinosaurs, I was about to play Guess the Race. that invented that one. I got a pretty good clue. But I just think it'd be awesome. I think it'd be fun to have some dinosaurs running around within reason. I also think that the human race in general we've gotten too complacent where we don't have any natural predators. So, we live too comfortably in our day-to-day lives sometimes.
No, that is true. That's why I don't want to get too far into some stuff, but that's why a lot of like fake outrage happens, because people don't have real like problems to deal with, like natural predators.
I don't want to bring down the mood, but we've been getting our asses handed to us by a predator for the last 13 months.
That's true.
Thank you. That's
okay, no, you could argue that was we needed a little bit of adversity.
I don't think we needed that. I don't think we needed it at all.
I think it's woken some people up.
And to my point, a lot of the country just doesn't even believe in it and hasn't taken this message well at all.
All right.
Facts.
I think we're not going to reach a consensus on whether or not we should bring back dinosaurs, but we'll put a poll out. If there were, let's try to find some common ground here. If we were to make a dinosaur, is there a dinosaur that you would find more appealing than others? Like obviously, let's take T-Rex off the table. That was that was just anchoring the conversation with starting at T-Rex. But T-Rex does seem like a bad idea from everything that we know about movies. So what would be a good first dinosaur? Triceratops? Everyone loves
No, too chargy.
Billy's going to say no to everyone. So, Billy, you just give us one.
Iguanodon look lame.
No. Coley was right. Get one of the ones that the aquatic ones, because we don't fuck with the ocean anyway, and put them there. Yes, we do.
We fuck with the ocean too much, actually.
No, but I'm saying like reasonable people like you and I do not fuck with the ocean.
No, it's not us. It's not us. What I'm saying
is humanity.
Humanity. So like we like mass fish, and it's like fucking up the ecosystem. So to introduce another predator that's not natural,
super predator,
it's just not a fucking good idea.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's the most likely destination for us, is because
it's not.
We just throw everything. We throw like there's an island the size of Mongolia made of plastic bottles in the ocean right now. Like it seems like the natural destination. Let's make a megalodon, and then out of sight, out of mind. Like it's swimming out there somewhere. Everything's probably okay.
Well, the problem with that is like I don't know if we all agree on that climate change is a thing or not, but like the majority of the carbon consumption on our Earth comes from the ocean. And if we keep killing off these fish, then we're gonna have global warming escalate to a point of no return. And so this introducing another super predator into the ocean, it's just not a good idea, though. I would say it had to be a herbivore. Mm-hmm. It had to be some kind of herbivore, and like brontosaurus. Big as fuck, cool to look at, probably docile, something like that.
But how do you contain the brontosaurus?
You don't contain it. This is the whole point of bringing back dinosaurs, nigga.
Yeah.
Well, you live with the consequences.
I think I have a middle ground.
Okay.
And it's something I kind of alluded to when we were texting about dinosaurs. You get Elon Musk back in the fold. Because you have to go to you have a planet of dinosaurs. A different planet. So in case they get out of control, that's that planet's problem.
I like that, Coley.
I'm okay with this.
I'm all right with that. So instead of starting the man colony on Mars, we test it out with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And we reintroduce dinosaurs. They gotta be so confused when they're born and they're on fucking Mars.
I mean, he's probably confused when they're born here too. So
yeah. All right. I like that. So we'll do like maybe Stegosauruses on Mars.
Yeah.
No, I'm. If we doing the Mars thing, all of them, bring the whole shit back. I'm cool with it.
Run it back. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Run it back. Dog.
Hell yeah.
I'm talking the floods, the meteorites. Bring everything back. Let's just watch the show. I'm into it.
It's compromise, guys. That's what we do here on the show. We solve problems. All right, I think we covered pretty much everything.
That was it.
Perfect.
I love that idea, though. Just turn fucking Mars into dinosaur planet.
Well, that was my thought process is like, if you do believe in aliens on other planets, it really doesn't make sense that they would be humanoid like us, because we got here after an entire different species already lived here. And the only reason that species doesn't live here anymore has not, like, we didn't conquer them. It has nothing to do with us. So if another planet out there did have carbon-based life form and didn't experience an extinction event, another planet would just have modern day dinosaurs, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be fire. And I would hope that they gain intelligence too, like to the point of like us. That would be fun.
But it would also make sense why we haven't had any encounters if they were just still dumbass dinosaurs too.
Yeah. I'm a wee bit upset that we're the only ones that can like reason. I feel like it's lonely. Like we need another species to run shit by before we do dumb shit like this. Should we bring dinosaurs back? Like, no, I don't think that's a good idea, bro.
All right. So this is about to be wrapped up for the day. I think a good discussion on dinosaurs. We should talk a little bit about what we want to do on next week's podcast. And if you have any recommendations for us, if you're listening, let us know. DM the main account, DM me, DM whoever. Just let us know. Let us know what you want. Tell us we're handsome, and tell us what you want to hear us talk about. We've got some ideas that we're throwing around. We were discussing maybe doing something about Sam Adams. You know him as the beer guy, but what he really was, he was kind of the Alex Jones of his time before the Revolutionary War. We probably would never have fought the war if he wasn't putting out like wild propaganda back at the time and stirred everybody in America up to rebel against the English crown, which, I mean, good for us.
Good call.
I'm glad it happened. But we can you can dive into the stuff that he was reporting, the stuff that he believed, just crazy stuff, just like making shit up just to get people pissed off. It's actually a fascinating story. We might do something with him. What else were we discussing?
What if we built an entire train set and spent the whole podcast figuring out how we were going to destroy it?
That sounds sick. That sounds awesome. There's the use of drugs in the rise of the Third Reich in Nazi Germany amongst the population, then amongst soldiers and amongst Hitler. I'd love to discuss that at some point because I've read a lot about that subject, and it's really fascinating shit. Like, this dude was fucked up all the time on like meth, coke, morphine, and then the soldiers were on everything too. So there's a lot to get into there. What else do we have going around that we were tossing around?
Nuclear accidents, you said?
Oh yeah, a list of nuclear accidents and nuclear close calls.
Chernobyl.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Chernobyl.
Scientology was one too.
Oh
we
yeah,
wanted
that's
to
what we're
do.
supposed to.
I'm scared of Scientologists.
Yep.
What about Mormons?
Billy just put Mormonism question mark?
I thought that's what we were gonna do for today, so I was like Mormonism.
I like the Scientology one, man. I think we just let him know that it was Big T's idea, and he told us.
No, Big T
that
said nothing about Scientology.
They're the one group
No,
that I
he did,
am.
Big T.
I actually do believe that they would kill me if I said the wrong thing.
Fuck them, cuz. Let's do that shit.
Scientology could be a good one though. There's a lot to.
Well, Mormonism. Mormon murders.
I saw that. Yeah, the Mormon murders. That was fascinating. I mean, South Park did a great job on the history of the Mormon religion. I feel like if you want to have fun listening to a history of a religion, just go listen to that instead of listening to us, because it just evolved into us talking about what we learned from the South Park episode.
True.
About Mormonism. Cole, you got anything?
We talked about dreams. Dreams is a very broad, deep one.
It was very deep.
I think the Amish, to lump them in with Mormons and Scientology, as they've always wanted to be lumped in with. I think the Amish is wild.
Oddball religions in general.
Mennonites.
Hmm?
What'd you say?
Save for the show.
He said Mennonites. Mennonites, it's like diet Amish, right?
Yeah, but
Amish 0. Amish 10, not for women. You remember that? Dr. Pepper 10?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, people don't talk about that whole marketing strategy that they had. It was Dr. Pepper 10, it's not for women.
I remember that. Yeah.
That was crazy.
I don't remember that. That's wild.
Yeah, it was like the manly man's low-calorie drink.
It was like 5 years ago too. This wasn't.
Yeah, it was
like,
very recent.
It wasn't 1960 with like a magazine picture of like a guy with a smoking jacket and pipe and slippers. This was like
2011.
They were playing this at like the Final Four. It was nuts. Okay, well I think we got some good ones listed here. Avery, you got any?
No, I think those are good, and then people will send us some, and we'll try to figure it out. Also, just buy our merch. We got merch.
Check the merch and smash the subscribe button
Yep.
on YouTube. We should have this one coming out earlier than last week. Last week was just a weird week. We had to make some last-minute substitutions on the show, and it was a crazy thing to get together. Avery did a great job of getting everything out, even though he wasn't even in this office. But this week, I think we're going to try to get it out pretty quickly, right?
Yeah, 7 p.m. every Tuesday.
All right.
It will be out.
7 p.m. Tuesday. So if you listen to the show, just do us a favor. Watch it, listen to it on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. And, we will see you guys next week. Love you guys.